the empty net. He was going to be the first guy to the puck. So the former Oiler Ryan McLeod gets a hattie as the Buffalo Sabres are up 4-2 here in Carolina with 24 seconds left in the game. I'm not sure he put the puck in the net, but he got two-handed from behind. The puck hit the post. He was going to win the race to the puck. Oh. And Brett Words, the former Minnesota Wild, he went to the Chopper School. I mean, that is a world-class slash. That is going to be on every play of the night for the misplays of the week. Let me tell you, that's awesome stuff. Eriksson Ek with Johansson and Hartman, Freddie Goodrow, along with Marcus Foligno and big Yakov Trenin. So Goodrow, the safest guy in the arena tonight. Those are the top three lines. Middleton and Merrill, Chisholm and Bogosian, Dermott and Juracek are the defense pairings. And again, Gustafsson starts in goal. Yes, Ryan McLeod with the hat trick tonight for the Buffalo. I'm pretty sure he gets credit for the goal there. You would think he would. There we go. It's his first career hat trick. Good for him. He's up to 10 goals on the season. This is Rogers Game Night on the Oilers Radio Network.
Oil Country, the Rogers Place experience is coming to Century Casino as they host the ultimate Oilers watch party at the Century Sports Bar and Lounge on Saturday, January 18th. Come cheer on the Oilers as they take on division rivals, the Vancouver Canucks. Be a part of the action for your chance to win incredible Oilers prizes. You won't want to miss this.
Century Casino Edmonton, 13103 Fort Road. Reservations are recommended. Call 780-643-4000 or visit cnty.com for more information.
Hey, Paul Brandt here. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm proud to call myself an Albertan. You know, after years of touring this great province in my Ford F-150, I've learned the value of driving a tough, capable, smart truck. Whether you're working for the weekend or long hauling it like I am, there's an F-150 for every Albertan with plenty of options to choose from, like available Pro Power on board. So if you're looking for a new truck, stop by your Alberta Ford dealer and tell them PB sent you.
This is Oilers Rewind on the Oilers Radio Network.
Kopitar down the left side with Kempe, the pass across. Oh my! What a save made by Skinner, and it goes on top of the net. Kempe gets absolutely robbed by Stuart Skinner coming across, and he got it with a pass. Got it around the boards, comes all the way to the line, past Moore, and out flying past him is Draisaitl. He'll go to the right corner, looks in front of the net, stops him behind the goal. He'll walk out, the pass, the shot, save, rebound, scores! Connor McDavid from the right side, and the Oilers are up 1-0. Won't matter, puck gets to center, Emberson shoots, that's blocked by Fiala. The Oilers hold on, they win this one, 1-0 over the Kings.
Welcome back, everybody. Rogers Game Night. The Heroes of Hockey, Oil Country, make it 50-50, presented by Rogers, is now live. Tonight's early bird prizes include a pair of tickets to see the Oilers face off against the Seattle Kraken on January 27th and $500 for Skip. Get your tickets now at edmontonoilers.com/5050 for more chances to win. The 50-50, by the way, is currently at $283,000. This Oilers 50-50, presented by Rogers. And tonight it is supporting veterans and their families through the Homes for Heroes Foundation and Wounded Warriors Canada. Get your tickets now at edmontonoilers.com/5050 to support the brave veterans who have served our country. All right. Let's take care of a little bit of business here. We'll start with the Pizza 73 out-of-town scoreboard. Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. One other game tonight in the National Hockey League. Ryan McLeod has his first career hat trick. The Buffalo Sabres have defeated the Carolina Hurricanes, who are taking on some water right now. The final score there, 4-2. What's the only other game in the NHL? Cam Moon, do we have a score yet? The Edmonton Oil Kings are in Swift Current to take on the Broncos. I don't think we have a score.
You got to give me a second here.
Blake Fiddler is playing his 100th game, and he is a potential first-round draft choice for the Oil Kings, son of Vern Fiddler. And it is
0-0, about 6 minutes left in the first.
No score in the first period between the Swift Current Broncos and the Edmonton Oil Kings. That's pretty much a must-win. The Oil Kings probably are going to finish fifth in the Eastern Conference of the Western Hockey League. Edmonton's at Swift tonight, Regina Friday, and Moose Jaw Saturday. The Bakersfield Condors tonight are in Colorado. The Oilers are flying to Denver after the game, by the way. Condors lost 3-2 in overtime. Matt Savoy now has 15 points in his last 10 games. He scored last night in that loss. That's it. That's the out-of-town scoreboard. Again, for Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. Stay tuned following the game for the Alberta Blue Cross Travel Insurance goal of the game. Health, dental, travel. We've got the coverage you need. Visit ab.bluecross.ca. Let's check out Legacy Heating and Cooling. Who's hot and who's not. Legacy Heating and Cooling, home and no payments and no interest for 1 year. Well, I think we got to focus in on the Kings of Leon. I mean, when the guy's leading the league in goals, and he's leading the league in even strength goals, and he's leading the league in even in game-winning goals, and he's leading the league in plus-minus. Oh, and he's got 2 goals and 5 points in 2 games against Minnesota. I think he's a focal point of what we're going to take a look at tonight. And we go to local ties for Sobeys and Safeway Liquor. Liquor, wine, spirits, beer, and so much more. And today we are going to focus in on, he's not in the lineup, but we're going to focus on 35-year-old defenseman Jared Spurgeon, Edmonton area product. He and Tyler Ennis were once cut trying out for the same Pee Wee team. They would go on to play in the National Hockey League. That must have been one hell of a Pee Wee team. That's all I'm going to say. I know we've had some really good teams in Edmonton, but that must have been a really good team. All Jared Spurgeon has done is get to 899 career NHL games played. He's been a heck of a story. This is Rogers Game Night on the Oilers Radio Network.
From your home to the ice rink, ATCO Energy is there. As the official energy provider of Rogers Place, we're also proud partners of the Edmonton Oilers. ATCO Energy, powering your place. Customers are free to purchase natural gas services or electricity services from a retailer of their choice. For a list of retailers, visit ucahelps.alberta.ca or call 310-4822.
Do you have tickets to an upcoming event at Rogers Place that you can't attend? Donate your tickets to the Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation Seats for Kids program, presented by Eagle Builders. Seats for Kids provides unused game tickets for charities, allowing children and families to enjoy hockey at Rogers Place. And for many, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. To be a part of the Seats for Kids program presented by Eagle Builders, please email edmonton@kidsupfront.com. That's edmonton@kidsupfront.com.
This is Rogers Game Night on the Oilers Radio Network.
They're a really good team. Obviously had a lot of success early. They've hit some injuries. They've got some key guys out. I don't know exactly who's in, who's out tonight, but regardless, they play a hard game, hard-nosed game. Kind of what we were just talking about. They don't give you anything easy. They make it difficult every night, especially in their building. We've found definitely over the last 5-6 years, but it's going to be a good test for us again. And sometimes if you're missing top guys, sometimes those lower line guys step their game up and definitely want to prove themselves. So we got to prepare for that.
All right, well, there's no question it's going to be an interesting one tonight. Bob Stauffer with you, and our Inside the Game analyst, Rob Brown, is ready to go back at the 880 Ched Studios. And we're going to bring in Cam Moon because we got a late start. This game's going to start at 6:52 Edmonton time, so we're going to roll with this for about a 10-minute segment. Brownie, you ready to go?
Oh, absolutely, I am.
All right, so we're going to actually deal with something that Darren Dreger put out today, basically that Edmonton is one of the several teams in the league looking at the potential of adding John Klingberg. Now I'm upset at myself. To see if I can find it quickly here on the fly. I'm going to read you. It's important to read the actual tweet because if you read the way it's written, it's pretty interesting stuff. Just refreshing the Klingberg watch, says Drager. As reported last night, 5 to 7 teams very interested in his return. Edmonton, Toronto, Ottawa on the miss. Also hearing Dallas in the chase as well. Of course, Klingberg played in both Toronto and Dallas before, possibly Colorado. Some feel the Oilers now a primary target. Too soon to say. When it's worded, some feel the Oilers now a primary target. That makes me lead to believe that maybe there's some interest from the agency there. would there be interest, Rob Brown, for you on John Klingberg? And he had hip resurfacing surgery, and I believe it's on both hips, because he is not the same player the last couple of years. He's been injury-riddled, and part of it is, he's so great offensively walking the line at the blue line, but he's had hip injuries and issues, and he's working his way back. So where is your headspace at? This deal, by the way, because he's missed so much time over the last couple of years, I'm almost certain that it would be a base bonus structure deal with whoever gets him. Would Rob Brown, the general managers, have interest in him?
I'd have interest. The Klingberg that we saw play 4 or 5 years ago would be a huge asset to the Edmonton Oilers. I have no idea, nor do any of the teams have any idea what he's like now. It's a safe bet because you're not giving up anything for him. You can get him at a very cheap price point, one that you can bury in the minors if you need to, if things don't work out. I think it's safe. I don't think it's not like you're giving up assets. And if you do make the move and you do sign him and it works out, well, that's one last thing that you have to get at the deadline. It opens up your wallet. You have a little bit more money to spend at the trade deadline. And you also have other players or other needs that you can fill at that point. So, yeah, I think it's worth a try to kick tires. But at the end of the day, it's an unknown. I'm not sure you really know what you're going to get for a guy that's just had double hip surgery and hasn't played in, well, what is it, over a year now? So, I would be very interested.
Cam, what do you think of the philosophy of adding another puck mover on the back end if you were to go down this path instead of maybe a cycle stopper and a guy that plays a little bit more physical?
I think ideally I would like a cycle stopper and somebody that plays more physical if you're just going into the grocery store and picking defensemen off the shelf. If you're doing that, then that's probably what you would do. But I'd see no huge downside depending on how the contract's laid out.
Again, it's a free player. You're not giving up nothing.
Exactly. So you're giving up nothing.
Could be a potential test drive situation, Cam. We're going to circle on a different player that is getting. We know this is a look-see here for Noah Philp.
Yeah.
This is a little bit earlier than I thought we might see it, but he's in there. There's a spot there to grab at fourth line center.
That's exactly it. And that window of opportunity, you don't know when that's going to open again. It might not open again. You don't know. So you're getting this chance now. You got to make good and do everything you can do to show your value and show your worth that you can be that fourth line center for this team. If the Oilers can find from within like that, to me, that's a huge win. And if a guy like Noah Philp, who you talk about free player, he was a free player, just playing for the University of Alberta Golden Bears, and all he had to do was sign him, which the Oilers did. And he turns out to be a good, solid fourth-line center. Wow, to me, it's a great story. Plus, he's an Alberta guy. I love it.
Rob, your thoughts on Philp getting another opportunity here?
Well, we knew that opportunity was going to come. And if you think about it, the NHL shuts down for a couple of weeks in February. And if you were going to wait till after that, it's a very short spurt where you're going to get to see if he's capable of playing at this level in big games before the trade deadline. Because you want to know is this guy good enough as our fourth line center, or do we need to make a trade? And if you're forward thinking, you say, okay, the best time is right after we get back from the Four Nations. There's so many games, but what if at that point Philp's hurt in the minors or sick or something, and you don't get to see him? Right now he's healthy, he's playing well. Bring him up. Let's give him a run of games and see if this is your answer. And again, now all of a sudden you got Philp, who was a free player you just brought up from the minors. If you get Klingberg, you just added two players without taking anything off of your roster or spending any more money. And all of a sudden, the trade deadline, you can start filling other spots in your team, other depth players. So, I think Noah Philp's going to get a nice look here and has earned the right off of the way he played earlier in the season and obviously what he's done down in the minors.
So, Rob, I got a total curveball for you because I'm not sure you coached this guy developmentally in the last 8 years in Edmonton. But there is another player at the University of Alberta. He had a 25-goal, 58-point season last year at the Edmonton Oil Kings. He was a plus player in a team that had a minus 72 goal differential last year. He's leading the Canada West as a rookie in plus minus. He's in the top 6 in points. He is a defenseman, and he's a 6'6" left shot. Would you have any time for looking at Marc Lajoie potentially as a pro option?
Well, yeah, and I know Marc Lajoie. I've had him since he was in grade 4. He's a big kid. He's a nice kid. Comes from a hockey family, as you know, with Serge as his father, who was the best player in Canada in college hockey years and years ago. He's very skilled. His one big probably setback was his feet. He probably didn't have the quickest of feet. But you can't hide the size that he has, nor can you hide the fact that he understands puck movement. He moves the puck well. I don't know if he's an NHL hockey player, but he's certainly a guy that you might want to give a look-see down in the minors and see what he's capable of doing.
NHL? Do you think he can play in the minors?
It's worth a look. I mean, he's not getting any smaller. You got a 6'6" defenseman that thinks the game well. I mean, you can't beat that. I mean, if you've got a contract to give, why not? To me, it's a young player that's got skill.
I think given what we were able to witness in Penticton, I would say absolutely. And we watched him a lot last year with the Oil Kings, looked outstanding. We've seen him play this year with the Bears. He's very good there. But in Penticton, where you're against your peer group pretty much, I mean, players, junior, college, or have played a year of pro, he looked good. So I would say you could absolutely give him a shot in the American Hockey League.
All right. Well, there we go. I did not know that Wayne was on the panel tonight.
Wayne's on the panel.
I texted one of the other fellows on there, helping him out. Didn't realize Wayne was on there tonight. All right. Let's switch focus here to the here and now with the Edmonton Oilers. Rob Brown, is there any concern for you? The Oilers came in here 1-7-1. They had Kaprizov in that game. They had Spurgeon. They had Faber. They don't have any one of those three guys tonight. They don't have Brodin, but they do have Eriksson Ek. The Oilers got a couple puck bounces in that game. The Oilers have had poor starts in the last 3 games in the first period. Any concern on the start tonight?
No, and this is a game the Oilers should win 10 out of 10 times. As we were talking with Bryn earlier, Minnesota is playing like the Oilers would be if they were playing without McDavid, Ekholm, Bouchard, and Nurse. They're playing without their top 3 defensemen and their best player. Minnesota, I think the Oilers are a better team when the Minnesota Wild are fully healthy. They're banged up badly. Now, I love the work ethic of Minnesota, and I think when fully healthy, they are going to be a handful come playoff time. But this is a game that the Oilers should win every time. And you add to the fact the Oilers are playing good hockey. They're in all aspects. Their stars are playing well. They're getting role players, production. Their power play has been great. Their penalty killing has been fantastic, and they're getting good goaltending. So the Minnesota Wild is going to need a out-of-this-world goaltending exhibition for them to win this hockey game. Now, it's possible. We've seen games where a goalie makes 48 saves and your team scores 3 goals, and you can beat them. But this is a game the Oilers should win. I've got no worries about the Oilers' work ethic tonight. If they work as hard as they can and play like they're capable, they should come away with 2 points.
All right, let's get to Rob Brown and the Ford Keys to the Game, brought to you by Ford, the official partner of the Edmonton Oilers, built Ford proud.
Well, the biggest thing for me is get pucks in deep. You've got the number 7, 8, and 9th defenseman of the Minnesota Wild playing tonight. You have to force them, get pucks behind the goal line, get in quickly. Do not give them time to think. Players that are 6, 7, 8, 9 defensemen, they can make the plays with time and space. They struggle when they're forced, when you're pressuring them. So for the Edmonton Oilers tonight, it's all about pressuring the defense of the Minnesota Wild.
That is Rob Brown, our Inside the Game analyst. He will join Bryn Griffiths during the end of the roll, first and second intermissions. Cam Moon is coming up. He's ready to go on Ford Dealers NHL Hockey. We are live from the XL Energy Center on the Oilers Radio Network.
Sportsnet Plus is your ultimate destination for Oilers games. Stream more matchups than anywhere else. Spectacular! Catch Oilers action all season. Plans starting at $19.99 a month. Subscribe now at sportsnetplus.ca. It's game on at City Ford.
With an all-star lineup of 2024 Ford favorites, save up to $5,000 on Escapes.
Up to $9,000 on Bronco Sports.
And up to $19,000 on F-150s.
Plus, take advantage of 0% financing options available on select models.
Spin the wheel and win an iPad, Oilers merch, Costco card, even a trip to Vegas.
Visit City Ford on the St. Albert Trail.
From the biggest stadiums for the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian, Ultra, XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
Pizza 73, the official pizza of your Edmonton Oilers. Loyal to the oil, in Edmonton we trust. Rising to the top like a pizza crust. Got the flavors to play, yeah. Cooking on ice. Hunger happens, gotta score a slice. Let's go Oilers, E-Town unite. Ice District to Jasper, downtown to White. Wearing orange and blue, game on the street. Make the right call, Pizza 73. Let's go Oilers. 737373, Pizza 73. Sportsnet Plus is your ultimate destination for Oilers games. Stream more matchups than anywhere else. Spectacular! Catch Oilers action all season. Plans starting at $19.99 a month. Subscribe now at sportsnetplus.ca.
Far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Now, please welcome tonight's CHS Guardian of the Game, Sergeant Austin Agard. Sergeant Agard enlisted into the National Guard in 2012 and served 6 years as a military police officer with the 863rd Military Police Company. Currently serves with Joint Force Headquarters of the Army National Guard. She deployed to Poland in 2020, and her awards include the Army Achievement Medal, the DC National Guard Emergency Service Ribbon, and the National Guard Defense Service Medal. Sergeant Austin Agard, thank you for all you do for our country. Now, please sing loud and proud as John leads us in the Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
This is OilCountry. With the call of tonight's exclusive NHL broadcast, Bob Stauffer and Cam Moon on the Oilers Radio Network.
Oilers start a 3-game road trip. They're here in Minnesota to face the Wild. Good evening, Cam Moon, along with Bob Stauffer, Bryn Griffiths, Rob Brown, Jack Michaels, Brendan Escott. We are the Oilers Radio Network, and our starting lineup is brought to you by Coventry Homes. Flexibility within reach. Get back in the game with customizable designs by Coventry Homes, the official builder of the Edmonton Oilers. For the Oilers up front, it'll be Connor McDavid with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Zach Hyman. On defense, Matthias Ekholm and Evan Bouchard. And goal, it's Calvin Pickard. For the Wild, Marco Rossi in the middle with Matt Boldy and Matt Zuccarello. On On defense, Declan Chisholm and Zach Bogosian. In goal, it's Philip Gustafson. The referees are Chris Lee and Dan O'Rourke, Brian Pansich and Brendan Garlitz. They're on the lines as we get ready to go here at the XL Energy Center. And we've dropped the puck. We are underway. It's dumped into the wild zone. Chisholm on the end boards, run into by Hyman. Puck comes free to McDavid to the point. Blasted on net, and the save by Gustafson as Bouchard drilled it towards the goal.
Could have been a trip 3 seconds into a game. Nugent Hopkins right at center ice, got inside position, had a chance for a fast break, and got cleaved, no call, and then McDavid picks it up, and a high slot shot from Evan Bouchard. Fortunately, no deflection on the play. Marco Rossi averaging almost a point per game. They look to this line with Rossi and Boldy to get things going here for Minnesota. Down Kirill Kaprizov up front.
Cleared out to center ice. Hopkins to Bouchard. Now to Nugent Hopkins. That center ice line will dump it in. It'll rim to the right wing corner. Off the skates of Declan Chisholm. He's up against the boards. Hyman is in there. They got it pinned up in the corner. Zach Hyman gets it free. Can get it to the left wing point for Matthias Ekholm. Across to Bouchard on the right. Down the right wing boards to McDavid. Comes up to the blue line. Gives it to Bouchard. Down the left side. Top of the circle. Now to McDavid. Goes into the corner. In behind the Minnesota net. In front. A shot off the arm of Gustafson as Hyman with the opportunity. The puck at the top of the circles. And Boldy will get it down the ice. That's going to go for icing against the Wild. Minute 6 gone here in a scoreless first.
Well, good start for Edmonton. Zone time for the opening minute and 6 of this game. And already 2 real good looks. One for Bouchard from the point. Even a better chance for Zach Hyman. And out comes He's been a killer against Minnesota this year. He's got 2 goals and 5 points in the 2 games.
First in goals in the NHL is Draisaitl. Second in points with 64. And he's got points in 3 straight. Face off to the right of Gustafson. Bogosian off the right wing board. Zuccarello at center ice will dump it the rest of the way. Minnesota can make the change they're looking for. And out from behind the net is Brad Kulak. Up the right wing. Poked off his stick. Middleton with it in his own zone for the Wild. To Merrill up the right. And now comes out to center ice to Hartman. In over the Edmonton line towards the goal. That's wide. Hits the corner boards. Cleared out by Arvidsson. Merrill to Hartman. All the way across to Eriksson Ek. Off the left wing glass and in. Calvin Pickard out to play it. Rims the puck. Eriksson Ek's got it in his skates. Can swing it back to the point. Merrill will get it towards the goal. Looking for Hartman. Hartman got tied up. Penalty coming up to the Oilers. As
that's a weak call.
Nurse will touch it. And the Oilers, a minute 58 seconds.
You got it.
A scoreless first.
You got to be kidding me. Sitting there tripping a guy 3 seconds into a game right in front of you. And Nurse is shaking his head, and he should be.
So the penalty kill.
Edmonton 25, 2 minutes for hooking.
Heads out there.
Barely touched him on the hook. All right, so Minnesota's power play, by the way, 24th in the league at 18.2%. The Oilers' penalty killing is the best in the league since November the 9th, but it's still only 24th in the league overall. So think about that. It's been the best in the league for several months, or for a couple months here now, several weeks. But that's how bad it was to start the year.
Chisholm with a shot glove saved by Pickard. Yeah, it was a tough out of the gate for the Oilers on the PK.
They're using Declan Chisholm on the power play. They're down, obviously. Faber and Spurgeon would be options to them.
Puck goes to Ekholm. They'll rim it up the left wing and all the way down the ice. Oiler penalty kill. Brought to you by Napa Auto Parts, proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
Henrique and Nugent Hopkins, and then we'll see Brown and Janmark and possibly Podkolzin along with Kapanen.
Boldy in over the Edmonton line to Eriksson Ek to the right corner. He gets checked, and there is Matthias Ekholm, and he'll get it all the way down the ice. Gustafson to Chisholm, and it'll go in behind the Minnesota net up the left wing. It's away from Brown. Across to Boldy, now to Rossi, to Zuccarello on the left wing. To the right wing point. Boldy to Chisholm on the left wing. Zuccarello towards the net, and it just skips over the stick of Rossi on the right side. Puck goes to the boards. Poked it behind the Edmonton goal. Zuccarello on the left wing. Give it to Eriksson Ek, now to Boldy off the right wing boards. Walks to the middle, scores. Matt Boldy came off the right wing, goes short side upstairs. It's a power play goal. It's 1-0 for the Wild.
Well, the guy is a goal scorer. He's got a lot of talent. I don't love that goal on Calvin Pickard. Shot right through the legs on Marco Rossi. Tough one to pick up. And Boldy, who's had 63 and 69 points the last 2 years, has his 17th goal of the season. It's a power play goal.
3:02, the time of it. And the Wild with a good start. They're up 1-0. Philp, Kapanen, and Perry get out there for
It's a half-ass penalty call. There's no other way to say it. You sat there and decided not to call a trip right at the start of the game, and then his initial gut reaction wasn't give the penalty, and then he changed his mind and called it.
Juracek in the right corner of his zone for the Wild. Gets checked on the play, and it's Perry in behind the net. He'll center it, and it goes off of Philp to the right wing point. Bouchard shot blocked by Foligno, and it comes out. 1-0 for the Wild here in the first. Boldy, the goal scorer, his 17th of the year. Perry off the left wing, boards it in. Eriksson Ek and Zuccarello pick up the assist. Puck on the right side. Kapanen to the point, a bouncing puck over the stick of Josh Brown. Pickard out to play it, and he gave it away. The shot saved by Pickard, coming back to the net. What a chance there for the Wild. It's cleared out. Pickard had to scurry back into his net and keep it out.
Well, he turned the puck over a couple times in Chicago, and that one almost came back to bite him.
Goes to the right corner. Eriksson Ek put it towards the net off the stick of Pickard. Comes back to him. He'll cover it. 4 minutes, 5 seconds gone here in the first. 1-0 Wild lead. It came really close to making it 2-0. Pickard went to play. He put it off the boards, but it didn't get out.
Edmonton had total puck possession deep in the offensive zone, and Kapanen threw an absolute grenade back to the point. I mean, that was a tough pass for Josh Brown to get to. And Zuccarello, this guy lights the Oilers up for fun. He now has 27 points in 24 career games against Edmonton.
Face off to the left of Pickard. Last game was Saturday in Chicago. It was a 4-3 win. He had 19 saves. McDavid will take the draw. Tied for 6th in the NHL with 59 points.
Oilers have got McDavid and Draisaitl on the ice here early.
It didn't take long. Comes to center. It's Draisaitl. Now to McDavid. To Draisaitl on the left. Couldn't get a shot away. Hartman got his stick in there.
That's a hook. Like, if you're going to call it both ways.
Eriksson Ek on the left wing to Johansson. Off the left wing. Boards it in. Up the left wing. Draisaitl put it off the skate of McDavid. Johansson will shoot it back in. Rims in the Oilers zone. Hartman on the right. Shot goes off of Ekholm. He'll get it out. Down the right wing to Hyman. In over the Wild line. Stops on the right wing. Out of the corner to McDavid. Now to Draisaitl. Top of the circle to the point. It will come out. Oilers have to regroup. Brought in by McDavid. Down the right wing, shoots just wide of the net. Rims on the left, kept in on the point by Kulak. Behind the goal, tied up was Hyman. Puck gets to the corner. Kuznetsov gets it up the right wing, finds Devin Shore. Shore into the Oiler end on the right, taken off of it by Kulak. 1-0 Minnesota. Just over 5 minutes gone here in the first period. Nugent Hopkins to center, lifted in. Bounce to the corner. Bogosian goes in behind the net, and he gives it away. It gets into the slot. Now over to the right. Arvidsson shot. That goes off a leg. Back to the point. Josh Brown across to Kulak. Blasted on goal. The save by Gustafsson. The puck comes free. Brown keeps it in on the right wing point. It's off of Arvidsson. It's in behind the goal. To the left for Podkolzin. To the left wing point. Kulak towards the net. Knocked down by Chisholm. Nugent Hopkins trying to dig it free.
And he's looking for a penalty. Holy cow.
Clear it out.
These guys are having a rough start.
Josh Brown with it inside his own end. It's about 6 minutes gone here in the first. 1-0 Minnesota leads. Through the middle, Nurse snaps a pass to Henrique, directs it in. Gustafsson out to play it. Left wing corner. Got the puck on the left side, and it's cleared out by Dermott down the ice, but Gustafson got knocked down behind the play. It's going to be a tripping call against the Oilers. Janmark's about to go to the box.
Well, he gave him an easy one to call there. Trips the goaltender. Going off.
We'll take a break.
Meyer penalty 13. Tripping.
1-0 Wild lead the Oilers. 6 minutes, 11 seconds gone here in the first. From the XL Energy Center here in St. Paul, it's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Hockey is back, and so is Play Alberta, Alberta's #1 sports book and the official partner of the Edmonton Oilers. Cheer for the Oilers while scoring bigger offers, boosted odds, live betting, player props, and more. New to Alberta? New players now receive $200 in free bets just for signing up. Already a player? Get a $10 free bet for every $100 you bet. Download the new Sportsbook app and make your picks today. Bonus terms and conditions apply.
When the Oilers are on the ice, the big hits are a part of the game. But they shouldn't be a part of your drive. If you've been injured in a car collision, let James H. Brown & Associates and their over 200 years of combined injury law experience help you. Locally owned and proud Edmonton Oiler fans, James H. Brown & Associates is ready to support you with their unrivaled experience, unrivaled results, and unrivaled commitment. When accidents happen, head to jameshbrown.com.
RS Breakers and Controls, Canada's leader in new, used, tested, and obsolete circuit breakers, MCC buckets, bus plugs, and switches. They have everything you need to maintain your aging electrical infrastructure, ensuring it operates as good as new. Their 24/7 emergency response gets you back up and running quickly, saving valuable time and money. Minimal generators or modifications needed, and like-for-like replacements mean no special inspections. Don't replace, repair your legacy equipment with RS. Visit rsbreakers.com.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
Cam Moon and Bob Stauffer here at the XL Energy Center. Wild up 1-0 on the Oilers. 6:11 gone in the first. Matthias Janmark off for tripping. Oilers shorthanded. Second time in the game. And the penalty kill brought to you by Napa Auto Parts, proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
Need a kill here if you're Edmonton.
Minnesota 1-for-1 with a man advantage. He's off to the right of Pickard. Rossi taking the draw. He's up against Henrique. Puck goes to Ekholm. Up the left wing and all the way down the ice.
Henrique at 55% on penalty on faceoffs. Big part of the Oilers' penalty kill at first unit of forwards.
Goldie into the Oiler end on the left. To Eriksson Ek, right wing corner. Up the right wing boards. It'll get to the line. Rossi across to Zuccarello. Comes down the left wing. To the middle of the ice there was Henrique, and he'll jam it all the way down the ice. Set in behind the net. Declan Chisholm up the left wing. At center, back to Rossi. Weaves his way into the Oilers zone. Comes in on the right wing, stops at the hash marks. Off the boards to Boldy. Boldy's the goal scorer in this one. Put it in front. It goes off a skate, comes back. Zuccarello, left wing to Rossi. To Zuccarello, top of the circle. Comes down the left wing boards, goes into the corner, looks in front of the net, gets a pass across. The one-timer by Boldy goes wide of the net. Rossi over to Boldy. His shot, that one just off a stick and wide.
Lucky, that nearly got deflected home. Great setup in this look.
Boldy down the right wing. To the corner to Eriksson Ek. Back to the point it goes. Chisholm on the left. Will shoot it. Save made by Pickard. Rebound to the point. Zuccarello keeping it in. To Boldy. To Chisholm. To Zuccarello. To Boldy. To the side of the net. Rossi in the right wing corner. Up to Boldy. To the left wing point for Chisholm. Down to Zuccarello down the left wing in front of the goal. Eriksson Ek. Shot goes wide.
Great looking power play. They're throwing it around.
Zuccarello in the right corner to Boldy off the point. Fakes the shot. Goes to the middle. Over to the left. Drops the puck top of the circle to Rossi. Rossi to Boldy. Boldy to Rossi off the post. And the puck on the left wing. Boldy's got it. Cross ice pass. It goes to Zuccarello, but it was hopping. Hit the stick of Connor Brown, but it's kept in on the right point. Given away. Penalty is over. Kulak will get it out to Janmark. He's out of the box. 1-0 Wild here in the first. Played 8:20 of the opening period. Janmark in the right wing corner of the Minnesota zone. To McDavid to Janmark. Shoots it wide of the net. Back to the left wing point. Ekholm to the right wing point for Bouchard. down the boards to McDavid. On the right wing to Draisaitl. Goes to the corner. Stops. To the blue line. Ekholm. To Bouchard. Down the left wing for McDavid. He'll bring it up to the blue line. He'll give it to Draisaitl. He'll go to the left wing corner. Now in behind the Minnesota net. Centering it off a stick. It goes to Ekholm. His shot off a leg goes wide. Puck on the right wing point. Matthias Ekholm. To Draisaitl into the corner to McDavid. He might go to the net. He'll put it off the side of the goal. Couldn't get it in front of it, though. Chisholm will rim it. Won't get out. Bouchard into the corner to McDavid. He'll come out on the backhand over to Draisaitl. Shot saved. Made by Gustafsson. Draisaitl gets it back to the point to McDavid. Over to Draisaitl. Back to the blue line. Ekholm to Bouchard. One-time shot. Pad saved by Gustafsson. It's lifted up and out, and it hits the score clock. 10:35 to go in the first. 1-0 Wild lead. And the Oilers, that shift after the penalty kill. And you get Draisaitl and McDavid out there. They absolutely had the Wild hemmed in.
Well, they did, and they were against the first unit, never got one off the ice for Minnesota, so those guys had a lengthy shift, to say the least. And the Oilers have misfired a couple times in tight to get that equalizer here. We're still relatively early in this game. That was an important kill. Man, oh man, Minnesota's firing the puck around. You know, they don't have all their horses. They look pretty good in that power play.
Power play looked very good. Bogosian in behind the net to the left for Middleton. Back to Bogosian. Up the right wing. That hits the stick of Hartman. Goes up into the air. It's at center. Skated upon by Goodrow. Off the left wing boards it in. Takes the hit from Josh Brown. Nurse up the left wing to Perry. Cross ice. Goes to Kapanen. Just got it in.
Kapanen's had 2 poor puck handles so far this game.
Johansson at center for the Wild. To the Oiler end on the left wing. Fires a pass across the shot. Great save by Pickard as Hartman came off the right wing. The puck goes to the right wing boards, and coming out with it is Kapanen for the Oilers. Got it to the blue line of the Wild, and it was Hartman there for Minnesota. Give it to Husnudinov. He'll go back into his own end. 1-0 Minnesota. 9:39 to go here in the opening period. Husnudinov into the Oiler end. Left wing to Trennan. He'll shoot it. Glove save made by Pickard. He's going to hold on to it. With 9:32 to go in the first, we'll take a break. 1-0 Wild lead the Oilers from the XL Energy Center here in St. Paul, Minnesota. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Score big with the unmatched purity of Clearwater Vodka, the perfect companion for Oilers fans. Crafted with the pristine waters of Alberta, it's a sip of local excellence. Clearwater Vodka, where the spirit of the game meets true Alberta quality. Must be 18 plus. Please drink responsibly.
Proudly headquartered in OilCountry, Capital Power is delivering reliable and affordable power today while building clean power systems for tomorrow, creating the balanced energy solutions communities across Alberta and North America can depend on. Visit capitalpower.com to learn how they are powering change by changing power. Be part of their energy and join Capital Power as we all cheer on our Edmonton Oilers on their quest to win it all.
Bloom Benefits offers amazing coverage that even the toughest hockey players can get behind. With excellent coverage, they offer things like massage.
You want to go?
Counseling services.
Let's go!
Dental coverage.
That was not offside.
And eye exams. With custom health coverage for any group of any size, Bloom Benefits make every team better, stronger, and healthier. Plans start from just $54 a month. Rethink your benefits today at bloombenefits.ca. Score big with the unmatched purity of Clearwater Vodka, the perfect companion for Oilers fans. Crafted with the pristine waters of Alberta, it's a sip of local excellence. Clearwater Vodka, where the spirit of the game meets true Alberta quality. Must be 18 plus. Please drink responsibly.
All games, all season. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
1-0 Minnesota leading the Oilers with 9:32 to go in the first period. Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer. Tonight's Heroes of OilCountry Mega 50-50 presented by Rogers is supporting veterans and their families through the Homes for Heroes Foundation and the Wounded Warriors Canada. Get your tickets at edmontonoilers.com/5050 to support the brave veterans who served our country. Face off to the right of Calvin Pickard. Matt Boldy, the goal scorer, was on the power play. It was 3:02 into this first. Oilers able to kill off another penalty after that. And then had a lot of opportunity. Haven't been able to get one by Gustafsson yet. as Emerson flips the puck out of the zone. Bogosian won't get it out as Podkolzin providing the pressure, goes to the middle, and Foligno there for Minnesota. He'll skate up the right wing. One hands it into the Oiler end. Trennan runs into Emerson in behind the Edmonton net. Foligno on the end boards trying to protect it. Draisaitl got it loose, goes into the corner. Goodrow up against the boards with Kulak. Goes to Trennan, has it on the left wing. From the angle, blocker save made by Pickard. Draisaitl up the right wing boards to Arvidsson. He'll go cross ice for Podkolzin. Couldn't get his pass to Emerson.
They're leaning on this line a bit. That more physical second line.
Off the stick of Arvidsson, it goes out of play in the neutral zone.
You know I love Marcus Foligno. He's a hard-hitting player. Right now the shots are 10-5 for Minnesota. Now they've had 2 power plays and 5 shots on goal, and those 2 power plays have got themselves a goal. McDavid's had time and space to make plays in the O-zone. You knew they were going to hard match Eriksson Ek against McDavid 5v5.
That's who's out there right now on both sides of the ledger. It's the puck to center ice, and it's Bouchard. He'll shoot it in, hits something on the boards, bounces around in the corner, and now out with it. Johansson through center ice. Softly off the left wing boards into the Oilers zone it goes. Eriksson Ek could not get it back to the blue line. This time it does come out, and it's Middleton to Merrill. Merrill will dump it in. Rims on the right. Bouchard has it. Wilder offside. They got to tag up. Bouchard drops to McDavid, gathers speed, comes in over the line, over to the left. Nugent Hopkins shot, and that hit a stick. It goes over to the right wing. Bouchard on the right wing point, put towards the net, skipped it on goal. Gustafsson had to be sharp. That one was redirected as Nugent Hopkins on the right wing. To the blue line to Bouchard. Down the left wing to Ekholm. From the angle, save made by Gustafsson. Will hold on with 7:47 to go in the first. 1-0 Wild lead.
Ryan Nugent-Hopkins drafted in this building. Number 1 back in 2011. Longest-serving Oiler player.
We were discussing that with him this morning.
Yes.
Yeah. Face off to the right of Gustafsson. Puck gets to the left wing point. Nurse from the angle, the shot. Gustafsson, the save. Holds onto it.
Times the Oilers have passed up the higher caliber look, I think. Edmonton comes into this game in terms of shooting percentage. Think about it. 2 years ago, they're the best shooting percentage in the NHL. They're 23rd in the league right now in shooting percentage. And despite that, they've moved up to 7th in the league, or 8th in the league in goals for. And since November the 23rd, they're the highest scoring team in the NHL.
Face off to the right of Gustafsson. The shot off the draw by Connor Brown. Didn't get through. Juracek behind his net. To Dermott up the left wing. Travis Dermott, former Oiler, got it out. Nurse inside his own zone. Through the middle. Janmark, he'll shoot it in. Juracek in behind the net. Left wing to Boldy, put it back into the corner, and it's Janmark to break it up for the Oilers. To the point, Brown shot, that hit somebody, bounces in front right across the crease, and Rossi will bring it up the right wing for the Wild. Rossi, the Zuccarello went off his stick. Oilers right back in. Henrique with it, left wing for Kapanen. Tried to put it across the line, it hit Boldy, and Boldy brings it out. Boldy to Zuccarello into the Oiler end, goes to the right wing corner. To the point for Bogosian. On the right wing to Rossi behind the net. Zuccarello. Kulak breaks it up. Gives it to Josh Brown up the right wing, or make that Philp up the right wing. We'll get it out. Capping it off the boards and in. 6:35 to go in the first. 1-0 Wild lead. A goal by Matt Boldy. Capping it in the corner. Chops it over to the left wing. Devin Shore will get it up near the blue line. Also a former Oiler. He does get it out. Emerson inside the Oilers zone. Wow. So Rice, that goes off the skate of Philp. Puck brought in. It's Jones for the Wild. Shot towards the net. Steered aside by the stick of Pickard. Emerson.
Get a change here.
Behind the net to Bouchard. The Oilers will make a change as Bouchard waits in behind the Edmonton goal. Draisaitl, Podkolzin, Arvidsson trio gets out there. And it's Bouchard through the middle of the ice. Up to center to Arvidsson. Into the Minnesota end. To the right corner. Went off his stick to the corner. Trennan will turn it up the middle for Minnesota. Right wing. Goodrow to center ice. Float it into the Oiler end. Pickard to the corner. Goes off to Foligno. Kicks it to Trennan. He'll shoot it. And the save made by Pickard. He'll hold on. 5:32 to go here in the first period. 1-0 Wild lead the Oilers. We'll take a break from the XL Energy Center here in St. Paul. It's Ford Dealers, NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Hey folks, Paul Brandt here. I love being an Albertan, and I love Ford trucks. And I know that like hard-working Albertans across this great province, there's a Ford truck for everyone. Like Super Duty. It's what I like to call a workhorse. A truck built for heavy-duty performance and getting the job done. Now that's a truck to live and work by. So whatever you're working on, you'll know that the 2024 Ford Super Duty's got the goods. Get yours today at your Alberta Ford dealer. Just tell them PB sent you.
For years now, we've been warning Edmontonians on the hazards of our stormwater facilities. While they may appear to look like still ponds, there is moving water beneath the surface, which makes the ice dangerously... The unpredictability of stormwater facilities makes them treacherously unsafe for all winter activities, even walking. So think twice. Don't go on the ice. A safety message from EPCOR.
Heard of Uline? You know, the have-it-all in-stock, ready-to-deliver shipping and industrial supply specialists. The company that does things for you that are unheard of, like keeping 41,000 items in stock in our own warehouses. With customer service reps on the line to get you what you need, when you need it, 24/7, 365, every time. Maybe you heard it here first. Want to hear more? Visit uline.ca. ULINE, your shipping and industrial supply specialists.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
Cam Moon and Bob Stauffer. We're here in the Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. Legacy Heating and Cooling, home and no payments, no interest for 1 year. 1-0 Wild lead. 5:32 to go in the first period. Oilers take on the Minnesota Wild here tonight. Start of a 3-game trip. Tomorrow in Colorado, Saturday in Vancouver. Oilers back at home on Tuesday the 21st. The Washington Capitals come to town.
And they are a team right now. Their house on fire. Look out.
Back to the point. Left point. Chisholm will take a snapshot. Blocked in front of the Edmonton net by Josh Brown. Goodrow gets it on the left wing. Behind the net to Foligno. Foligno couldn't get it through to Goodrow. Went off of Josh Brown. We got it tied up in behind the Edmonton goal. Nurse trying to dig it out of some skates. Goodrow got it free. Up the left wing to Trennan. His shot off of Pickard. Tuck into the corner. Josh Brown to Arvidsson. Feeds it to the middle to Draisaitl. Gets to center ice. Into the Minnesota zone. Now to the middle of the... in behind the play.
Brown's going to the box.
Yeah, Brown was into it with Trennan after the puck got to the middle, and Podkolzin was about to get an opportunity in the high slot.
Edmonton's going to get the lone penalty here. Brown's going to get the call, and they're going to get their third power play of the game. They let him hit him from behind, and Trennan showed some discipline. Brown got frustrated.
And it negated an opportunity for the Oilers. They had it right in the high slot.
Edmonton, minor penalty, 44, roughing.
Third power play of the period for the Wild. They're 1 for 2 with a man advantage. Oiler penalty kill brought to you by Napa Auto Parts, proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
It's a penalty.
Oh, yeah. Ace off to the right of Pickard. Chisholm on the left point. Comes across. Boldy's shot. And that pinballs off a leg. Goes wide. Sent to the line. Chisholm kept it in. To the right side. Now to Boldy. Top of the circle. Goes to the middle. Left wing to Zuccarello. He'll cross ice saucer. It has to be gloved down. Chisholm back to the point to Boldy. A snapshot. That's blocked. And it's cleared out by Henrique. Gustafsson will set it. Chisholm comes out from behind his net. Left wing for Rossi. Up the right side to Boldy. Then lost it. Connor Brown will come into the Wild zone for Edmonton. He stops on the left wing. He'll shoot it. And that's off the shoulder of Gustafsson.
Good shot.
It's a riser.
He scored a beauty here this game back in December.
Zuccarello off the right wing boards into the Oilers zone to Eriksson Ek. Stops in the corner. Now behind the net, Zuccarello to the right wing point to Boldy. Into the corner, Zuccarello to the blue line. Chisholm, Zuccarello, top of the circle right side. We'll give it to Boldy, makes a little move. Will work to the net in front, scores! Rossi off the left wing after a great setup by Boldy. It's a power play goal. It's 2-0 for the Wild. Boldy made quite a move out of the right wing corner.
Yeah, it was a nice play. Oilers got caught running around a bit. And Kulak couldn't pick up the guy on the backside, and Connor Brown slid down to support. Rossi rammed one home for his 17th of the year. 2 power play goals.
Yep.
3 power plays in this game for Minnesota, none for Edmonton. Missed call 3 seconds into the game. Missed call right after the first Minnesota power play. The Oilers got to kill them off, too, and they haven't been able to.
Rossi from Boldy and Zuccarello. 16-11, time of the goal. It's 2-0 for the Wild. The left wing goes off of Johansson to the Edmonton blue line. Scoop to center ice. It's McDavid to Draisaitl. Into the Wild zone across to Hyman. He's in. He scores! Zach Hyman goes 5-hole on Gustafsson. Fanned on the shot, and it still went in. And the Oilers have cut the Wild lead to 2-1.
Well, Edmonton loads up their top line, and they respond immediately. And the Oilers get a bit of a fortuitous break. As Cam mentioned, rolling puck, 3-way passing play, McDavid to Draisaitl, and McDavid drives the lane. That opens up a seam for a pass through the middle to Hyman, and he takes it hard to the hole. And on the backhand, puck rolls off a Goodrow stick on the backdraft into the net. And Zach Hyman has scored for Edmonton.
16:32, time of that goal. So 21 seconds after the goal by Rossi. Hyman will get his 15th of the year. Down the left wing, it's Draisaitl. He'll pull to the middle. His shot just off the glove of Gustafsson. Into the right wing corner it goes. McDavid up against the boards. John Merrill, puck top of the circles now inside the Wild zone to the point. It's Bouchard. Left wing to Ekholm. To Evan Bouchard across the line to Draisaitl. Makes the move, comes down the right wing to McDavid, and knocked off. His stick comes out, but the Oilers still have it.
That stick came up high there from Hartman. Got away with it.
McDavid in on the left. He'll go to the middle. The backhand, the save made by Gustafsson. He'll cover it up.
Okay.
2:40 to go here.
If we're going to have any consistency in the calls, Merrill's got to get a penalty here. Came right back and went at Hyman. These guys.
Draisaitl, McDavid get the assist on the Hyman goal. 2:40 to go here in the first.
Hyman with a little bit of a rub on Merrill, and then Merrill and Eriksson go right after the whistle. Like, this game's got some bite to it here.
It does. It's good. More fun that way. Nugent Hopkins will take the draw in the Wild zone to the right of Gustafsson. Up against Frederick Goodrow. Puck goes into the corner. Bogosian for the Wild. Into the air, bounces off of Trennan. Foligno will dump it in on the backhand. Nurse into the corner, takes a hit. Goodrow takes the puck. Back to the point. The shot by Bogosian. Pad saved by Pickard. And up the right wing, it's Arvidsson out of the Oiler end for Edmonton. Right side, now to puck Colson, goes into the corner. Sweeps it around to the left wing point to Nurse. Out of the left wing corner, Nugent Hopkins is shot off the outside of the post from a sharp angle. Puck sent to the line, but past Nurse, it goes down into the Oiler.
If I'm Chris Knobloch, I'm asking or Connor McDavid at the end of the period, I got to say something.
Shot into the Wild zone. Gustafsson left corner to Dermott. It goes behind the net. Arvidsson's going to get away. Now Juracek hauls him down. Penalty coming up. And David Juracek will go to the box. A minute 52 to go here in the first. The Edmonton Oilers about to go on the power play.
Oilers, again, the number one ranked power play in the league since November the 23rd. They've moved up to 8th overall at 24.3%. Minnesota's
55, 2 minutes for holding.
71.6%, 29th. And the Oilers got them twice early in the 7-1 game. And Arvidsson sold that one a little. I don't think Juracek got much of a piece of them, but frankly, there's been some other more egregious sequences in this game.
Power Play, it's brought to you by Atco Energy, your trusted energy retailer. Learn more at atcoenergy.com. 2-1 Wild lead, minute 52 to go in the first. Great to have you on board wherever you are along the Oilers radio network this evening. Face off to the right of Gustafsson. Draisaitl against Goodrow. Puck goes to the point. Bouchard walks it to the middle. Now on the left to Nugent-Hopkins. To Bouchard. To Nugent-Hopkins. A shot off the arm of Gustafsson. Recovered by Hyman and Nugent-Hopkins to the point to Bouchard. To Nugent-Hopkins. To Bouchard in the middle on the blue line. He'll drill it wide. Nugent-Hopkins across. McDavid scores! Connor McDavid gets the pass from Nugent-Hopkins to power play goal, and this game's tied at 2.
Great luck from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins there. I mean, just a beauty. And we're evened up.
18:28, time of that. As Connor McDavid gets his 18th of the year. Fairly sharp angle, but great pass by Nugent-Hopkins.
That's 2 sharp angle shot goals from McDavid in the last 2 games.
Puts McDavid just a point back of Jari Kurri for second all-time in Oilers points, as he's now at 1,042.
Bouchard will get the second assist on that goal.
Oilers have tied things up here in the first period. We got lots going on. Puck dumped into the Wild zone. On the left wing boards, it's sent in front to Brown, but off a stick. Goes over the stick of Brown. Rossi will clear it. Dump back in. Chiseled. Cross to Bogosian through the middle off of Rossi. He got it out. Now it gets to Boldy. He'll bring it in. Boldy on the left wing, a shot, and it's blocked by Kulak. He'll get it back all the way to the right point. Bogosian in behind the net to Boldy. Last minute here in the first. Tied it 2. The Oilers and the Wild. Puck cleared out by Brown. Center ice to Zuccarello. At center, he'll shoot it in. Puck rims on the right wing. Rossi, 45 seconds going to the period. With Zuccarello in the right corner. Comes in front of the net off the stick of Pickard. But into the corner for Connor Brown. Wild will back right off. In fact, we'll make some changes as up the right wing comes Draisaitl. Tried to make a move at the blue line. Lost it to Rossi. Through the middle of the ice. Bounces off a few skates. Over to Hartman on the right wing. He'll float it in. Josh Brown rimming on the right. Corey Perry to the middle. 15 seconds to go in the period. Ekholm up the left wing. It comes in on the left side. McDavid into the corner. Went off his stick. Middleton will take it in behind the net. Rim on the left to Merrill. Eriksson Ek won't get it out. Puck to the middle of the ice. Draisaitl, and he got it to the point. Ekholm let it go, but the whistle had gone, or the horn had gone, and the period comes to an end. And the Edmonton Oilers and the Minnesota Wild are tied up at 2 after an eventful first period.
Well, eventful because of the amount of penalties we saw in that period. I mean, that's a stale box. Didn't love some of the calls, to be frank with you. Some would say if you listen to these broadcasts over the years, that would be a reoccurring theme. Losers lament to complain about officiating. The Oilers got a nice even strength goal and then ended up breaking through in the power play to even up the game. So
we got Zach Hyman downstairs, Cam Moon, and Bob Stauffer upstairs. Zach, that was some first period. How'd you see it?
Obviously, high event. Lots of power play. Yeah, I mean, it's just you don't often get 3 PKs in one power play in a period.
Yeah. No, you don't, and you don't. The broadcasters got to say that kind of stuff, but it's just, you guys have been a team that's been able to. You've been really good in the second period. You've made good adjustments. You've got a veteran, poised, experienced team here, and I think that probably helps you in situations like when you're down 3-0 in terms of power play opportunities 15 minutes into a game.
Yeah, we know we just got to keep working, and then it'll turn. We're down 2-0 and able to find a way to claw back before the period ends. So I thought it was a good finish to the period.
Well, no different than that game in Chicago, down 3-1, and just that poise and the veteran savvy that you guys have. How important is it to have that type of experience, I guess, on the bench to know even if you're down in a game early, there's time and ability to come back?
Yeah, no, there's no panic. It's hockey. If you play hard, the penalties usually even out by the end of it. So just continue to work out there. You can't control that, and just make the most of your opportunities.
Thanks, Zach.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Right on. There was Zach Hyman downstairs. Oilers and Wild tied it 2 after 1. It was a roller coaster ride in that first period, Bob.
Yeah, it was.
I laughed, I cried, it had everything.
All right, Sally. But
hey, I wasn't the guy complaining about the refs all year.
No, that was Bob.
That was Bob.
But what I will say is this: the Oilers earned 2 of those 3 penalties. The issue isn't that they got 3 power. I didn't like the call on Nurse, you know that, but there were opportunities on quick little grabs and hooks the other ways that they missed, and then they called the one on Juracek. I mean, he's a rookie, and Arvidsson sold it, so you knew that one was coming up.
I thought it was the loser's lament.
It is a loser's lament. All right, so let's move on. But what I will say is we're tied at 2 in a game in which Edmonton was down 2-0 and it had been touched up a bit on the PK. So see what kind of they don't look like they can contain when they put McDavid, Draisaitl, Hyman. They just simply cannot contain that line. And why would they when they don't have Faber, Brodin, and Spurgeon? Right? Like that's a very difficult matchup. There are people that think if the 2 teams are completely healthy, Edmonton's better than Minnesota. I will tell you, I've got a lot of respect for how good this Minnesota team is. This has been a tough matchup for Edmonton. They've had some other games where it'd still be 2-0 after 1.
Yeah.
They're at 2-2. Go turn it. Go get her going in period number 2.
Yep. A lot of positives there to come back from a 2-0 deficit. And that's where we are. Tied at 2 after 1 period. It was Boldy and Rossi for the Wild. Hyman and McDavid for the Oilers. And it's Bryn Griffiths and Rob Brown in the first intermission. When we come back, tied at 2 after 1 from the XL Energy Center. Sport Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Hey, hockey fans, hard rubber works well on the ice rink, but not so good on frozen roads. Atturo tires are engineered with that in mind. Scientifically designed tread patterns, along with resilient rubber compounds, allow Atturo tires to grip well in the cold of winter, while providing excellent traction and long tread life through year-round conditions. Atturo has the all-weather tire for you, available at Action Car and Tire, Point S, and tire shops everywhere. Find a dealer near you at atturo.com.
It's our YEG with 880 Chad.
This year, during Edmonton School Board PD Days, the Alberta Aviation Museum is letting young enthusiasts' imagination take flight with a series of camp adventures ideal for ages 6 to 11. Find out more at albertaaviationmuseum.com. Then saddle up for 4 days of phenomenal country as Big Valley Jamboree returns to Camrose with headliners Bailey Zimmerman, Blake Shelton, Jason Aldean, and more. Tickets on sale now.
For details on these and more events, visit 880ched.com. At the intermission, brought to you by Hand of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
The left wing goes off of Johansson to the Edmonton blue line. Scoop to center ice. It's McDavid to Draisaitl. Into the Wild zone across to Hyman. He's in. He scores! Zach Hyman goes 5-hole on Gustafsson. Fanned on the shot and it still went in.
Boy, did they need that one. 30 seconds after the Wild take a 2-0 lead. The Oilers bounce back with Hyman's 15th of the season, 5-hole, make it 2-1, and then score a little bit later on, around 1 minute and 56 seconds later, to tie it up at 2. That's your highlight zone, brought to you by Century Casinos. All in, all games, all season. Century Casinos with 3 great locations in Edmonton, St. Albert, and right next door to the Edmonton International Airport. Welcome to the Winter Zone. Welcome to our first intermission here on 880 Chad. Bryn Griffiths in Studio B along with Rob Brown. Wow, that was I really don't know how to describe that period. It was a bit of everything, Brownie.
It was. The Minnesota Wild, if you are missing as many defensemen as they are, the one way to get yourself out of trouble is be good on the forecheck. Keep the puck in the opposite end. And they did that for, the first half of the period. They benefited from winning battles and getting power plays. Their power play was exceptional. I mean, their power play was fantastic in that period. But the Oilers, when they got their chances, when they got their feet moving, they started going back in the right direction. I thought entertaining period. But as the period wore on, you saw the Oilers start to take advantage of a Minnesota Wild team that you could tell has got some defensive issues with the injuries on the back end.
Yeah, 2-0. It was like everybody on the bench said, we got to get going, and they did. Like I said, it was only 30 seconds later they get their first of the hockey game. But Matt Boldy had himself a pretty solid period for Minnesota. He got the first goal, his 17th of the year on the power play. And you're right, their power play, they were 1 for 3, but they could have easily been 3 for 3 the way they were ripping it around.
I thought the second one was also a power play goal, or if it wasn't, it must have been just afterwards.
Let me double check
the Rossi one
right here while you're doing that.
Yeah, because I mean they were ripping it. Matt Boldy's a good hockey player.
The Rossi one. You're absolutely right. The Rossi one's been credited as a power play goal.
So that's where the Oilers got in trouble. Yeah, the Oilers got in trouble. They took penalties, and Minnesota made them pay. Boldy, we've been watching him for a few years now, and he just continues to get better. Big man, takes the puck to the net, not afraid to shoot it. On the goal that he scored, he drove the net, got to the middle, and right upstairs. And then the next goal, because he'd done that earlier, everyone's eyes were on him, and then he slides it back door to Rossi. So he was very good. His line was good. The Minnesota Wilds up front, their forwards were good in this period. Where they got into trouble is when they got stuck in their own zone, and the turnovers and the miscommunications. And that happens when you've got new players in your lineup, and half the D are new, playing in the back end for them. You're going to have some issues, and the Edmonton Oilers started to exploit that as the period went on.
Well, that Hyman goal from Leon Draisaitl, of course, a perfect backhander. I can't think of too many guys I've seen who pass it as well on the backhand as they do on the forehand. But it was a 5-hole goal that got the Oilers right back into it. And then Connor McDavid it was a great pass actually from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. It just had lots on it, but it was a nice pass. And McDavid puts it in to tie this one up at 2. That's his 18th of the season, and it looks like the guys have finally figured it out. Took a while.
Well, yeah, I mean, the Oilers weren't bad at the beginning of the game. They just, they were killing. They kept taking penalties that they didn't need to take. Josh Brown, he can't take that penalty. You're down in a game on the road. You took a big hit, fine. Take a number. Don't come right back because the refs are watching you. So that was an easy call. Once the Oilers started playing 5-on-5, they started winning races, winning battles. The Hyman goal, fortunate bounce. I think Gaudreau put the puck into his own net. Hyman tried going across. Gaudreau deflected it and passed his own goalie. But that was a nice play by that line, creating an opportunity. And then the Oilers get the power play. We've talked a lot over the last few years. The Oilers power play, most good things happen once they've taken a shot on net because there's chaos. And on that one, Bouchard took the shot and missed the net. But as soon as there's a shot on net, everybody turns and looks the other way. They're trying to find the puck. When you're looking for the puck, you lose your man and you lose your passing lane, sticks in the lanes. And all of a sudden, Nugent-Hopkins gets it. Backdoor. I mean, Connor McDavid scored 2 goals in his last 2 games. He has yet to face a goalie on either one of them, both empty nets. But he found the quiet spot. And Nugent-Hopkins found him in the quiet spot, and Connor made no mistake.
Shots on goal through the opening 20 minutes of play. The Oilers out shooting Minnesota 14-3, and we're all tied up at 2. Rob, we'll talk to you coming up in the second intermission, okay?
Sounds good.
We will take a break, and this is At the Intermission, and it's brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring. This is your Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
OilCountry, the Rogers Place experience is coming to Century Casino as they host the ultimate Oilers watch party at the Century Sports Bar and Lounge on Saturday, January 18th. Come cheer on the Oilers as they take on division rivals, the Vancouver Canucks. Be a part of the action for your chance to win incredible Oilers prizes. You won't want to miss this.
Century Casino Edmonton, 13103 Fort Road. Reservations are recommended. Call 780-643-4000 or visit cnty.com for more information.
Calling all hockey parents. Ford of Canada and the Edmonton Oilers want to know how your child's minor hockey team gives back to the community. For a chance to win a once-in-a-lifetime experience with 4 drills and skills to train like a pro at Rogers Place. Open to minor hockey teams with players between the ages of 7 to 13 in Edmonton and area. Register your child's minor hockey team today at 4drillsandskills.ca. Registration closes January 31st.
You may think it's crazy to put so much of our in-stock flooring on sale during the Big One clearance event, but it's not. Here's why. Even end-of-the-road flooring centers only have so much room, so we need to clear out what's already here to make room. It's not just a sale, it's our biggest sale. It's why we call it the Big One. We're not crazy. Our prices just make it look that way. The Big One clearance event on now for a limited time at end-of-the-road flooring centers. Let's get flooring.
12870 St. Albert Trail and now open at 580 Parsons Road Southwest.
With Global News, I'm Thomas Dias. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says the news of a ceasefire in the Hamas war is a welcome development in a 15-month conflict, adding he hopes the deal will also help to bring down the temperature here in Canada as people on both sides have been affected by the war. Middle East expert and international peace negotiator Naomi Baryakov says both sides will need to find a way to recognize each other's trauma.
The hurdles are immense. It's a long, long road to two states living side by side in peace, but that is the only way forward. The Middle East is a changed region now.
And Mark Carney is expected to announce tomorrow, right here in Edmonton, that he's running to replace Justin Trudeau as the leader of the Liberal Party and the next Prime Minister of Canada. Born in Fort Smith, Northwest Territories, and raised here in Edmonton, most Canadians were first introduced to Carney as the Governor of the Bank of Canada, where he received widespread acclaim for steering Canadian monetary policy and a wider economy through the 2008 financial crisis. News on demand at 880chat.com.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall, from house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations, from your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot, from noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
Rogers is Canada's fastest and most reliable internet. We're made for Oilers fans. You can stream Brown's scoring down in the basement. And there it is! Watch Leon light the lamp in the living room. Spectacular! Connor scoring in all corners of the house. And Nurse notching a game winner in the nursery. Very quietly, of course. Rogers, proud partner and fan of your Edmonton Oilers. Edmonton comes all the way back!
Athletes know that to advance your career, you've got to be part of a winning team. So, what about you? Are you working for a winning team? Well, here's your chance to do just that. Brandt is a strong and stable industry leader with career opportunities across Canada. We have hundreds of positions available right now, from parts, sales, positioning technology, heavy-duty mechanics, and more. Be a part of a winning team. Earn your stripes by joining Brandt today. Find out more at BrandtJobs.com.
At the intermission, brought to you by End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Brent Griffiths back at Edmonton in Studio B after one period of play. The Edmonton Oilers rallying after being down 2-0 to make it 2-2. Wow, it was a pretty crazy first period. We'll have to wait to see what the second period holds in store for us. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, which is brought to you by Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. Just the two matchups tonight, other than the one we're watching. The other game was in Buffalo. It's over and done with, and it was a 4-2 victory for the hometown Sabres, who upped their record to 17-22-5, beating the Hurricanes of Carolina. How about Ryan McLeod getting the hat trick tonight for Buffalo, scoring his 8th, 9th, and 10th of the season. So a rather sizable win for Buffalo over a team that's pretty good. The Hurricanes, who are, just slumping just a little bit. But 4-2 is the final score in that one. And, of course, you know what's going on between the Wild and the Oilers, 2-2 after one. Taking a look at what's happening with Bakersfield in the American Hockey League, the Oilers farm team, they're in Colorado to play the Eagles. They are trailing 1-0. That one is about ready to go into the second period. Connor Carrick with the goal in that one for the other team. The The Eagles. There we go. Sorry. And I'm just trying to get an update on the score in the Western Hockey League, too, because the Edmonton Oil Kings are in swift currents to take on the Broncos. That one is now about ready to go into the third period. Not a good evening for the Oil Kings. They are trailing 3-0 after 40 minutes of play. And that is your out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Pizza 73, your official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. The second period is coming up next. At the intermission is brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring. This is your Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
At the intermission has been brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
When was the last time your electricity and natural gas provider made you feel like this? Low rates, no strings attached, year-round perks, and local energy experts who always have your back with Encore by Epcor. Find that carefree energy feeling at encore.epcor.com/carefree.
Customers are free to purchase natural gas or electricity services from a retailer of their choice. For a list of retailers, visit ucahelps.alberta.ca or call 310-4822 toll-free.
The Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation 50-50, presented by Rogers, is back and bigger than ever. The largest 50-50 in sports offers early bird draws, bonus raffles, and a main jackpot, which is growing by the second. With over $100 million invested across OilCountry, your support directly helps kids, families, and communities in need. Maybe you'll be our next winner. Get your tickets right now at EdmontonOilers.com and help make OilCountry a better place.
AGLC license number 696879.
Hey, Edmonton. Ever think about who gets your hard-earned money when you buy groceries or gas? For all you know, it could be buying a second yacht or private jet. But at Co-op, they put it right back into the community. That's because they're owned by 120,000 everyday Edmontonians, not a corporation. Feel good about where your money goes when you shop Co-op. Visit in-store for details.
All games, all season. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
Cam Moon and Bob Stauffer. We're here at the XL Energy Center. We're in St. Paul, Minnesota. Oilers of the Wild tied at 2 after one period of play. And I can tell you, the Oilers 50-50 presented by Rogers. It's back with life-changing jackpots. Tonight's Heroes of OilCountry Mega 50-50. It's sitting at $289,000 and climbing. Our next lucky winner could be you. Get your tickets now at EdmontonOilers.com/50-50. Matt Boldy and Marco Rossi scored for the Wild in the first period. Zach Hyman and Connor McDavid scored for the Oilers in the second. McDavid's got a couple of points, so now he's tied second all-time Oilers points with Yari Curry at 1,043. Henrique, Janmark, and Connor Brown are out there with Nurse and Josh Brown to start off this second period. We've dropped the puck. We're underway, and it's just inside the Edmonton blue line. Nurse up the left wing to Janmark. Get it just into the Minnesota zone. Bogosian across to Rossi, to Boldy. Broken up by Henrique. Fires it back to Nurse. It just misses him. Goes in behind the Edmonton net. Nurse out from behind it. Little bank pass. Got picked off, though. But Henrique can recover. Give it to Josh Brown. Going behind the Edmonton goal up the left wing to Nurse. Has to hurry. Gets it out. Janmark to Nurse. To center. Shot in by Bogosian. Pickard will set it in behind the net for Matthias Janmark.
Forwards need a change here, Camp.
Nurse to center, up the right wing to Janmark, skips off his stick.
Can't make that.
Johansson will get it out. Breakaway pass to Hartman with Eriksson Ek. The pass, the shot. Oh, what a save by Pickard, and it goes out of play. Calvin Pickard on a 2-on-0. Just made an amazing save off of Eriksson Ek.
It was so good. You worry whether or not he torqued himself on the stop. He made a tremendous right pad save. But man, oh man, what were the Oilers doing? A blown offensive zone entry and a line change, and guess what? They're loading up McDavid and Draisaitl here.
What a stop by Pickard. Keeps this game tied at 2. Puck cleared to center as Draisaitl into the Minnesota zone. Stops top of the circle on the left. Through the middle, but that is picked off and cleared out by Hartman. Come out to Pickard. He had to play it. Goes in behind the Edmonton net. Ekholm on the left wing, but it won't get out. Johansson to the point. Merrill will shoot it. That's off a skate into the corner. We're a minute and a half gone here in the second. Tied at 2. The Oilers take it on the Wild. Long pass on the right. McDavid into the Wild zone. Now over to the left. He'll put it in front of the net, just wide of Hyman. Puck back to the blue line. Emberson will shoot it, and it doesn't get through. And skating out is Hartman for Minnesota. Went to shoot it in, and the stick just craters. And the puck goes into the Oilers zone. To center ice. It's in behind Podkolzin, though. So Bogosian back into his own end. Cross to Chisholm, back to Bogosian, and he'll get it out to center ice. That's where he finds Goodrow. He'll come in on the right wing. Goodrow, centering pass, and that one just by Foligno. Oilers come out 3-on-2. Arvidsson and Nugent-Hopkins. In over the line to Arvidsson on the right. Through the middle, but it goes off a stick fork. You get the Podkolzin, puck top of the circle. Trennan will get it out to Goodrow. Now on the left to Foligno. To the point, and Arvidsson got it out for the Oilers.
Arvidsson's had a decent game here. He's drawn a call. He's got his feet moving.
Goshen stops him behind the Wild net. Now out through the middle with it. Tied at 2 in the second. Pass off the stick of Foligno directed into Edmonton territory. Josh Brown right corner. Up the right wing boards. It's into the skates of Kapanen, now through the middle to Nurse, and he'll jump into the play, get in over the Wild line to Perry. A shot and a save made by Gustafsson. He'll hold on for 2 minutes and 54 seconds. Gone in the second. The Wild, the Oilers are tied at 2. Face-off will be in the Wild zone to the right. Philip Gustafsson.
Well, Perry made the right decision there. Put the puck to the net. Unfortunately, didn't get a rebound on it.
Yeah.
Right? Defender tried to take away the lower half of the net.
It's off to the right of Gustafsson. It's at the top of the circle. Kapanen goes into the corner, steps out to shot. Gustafsson to save. Sent back to the point. Left wing point Nurse. Gets it low. In behind the goal to Perry. Slides off the check. Off the left wing boards to the point to Nurse. To Perry. Perry to the blue line. Gave it to Nurse. He's got it on the right point. Comes down the right wing in front to Kapanen. Off his stick. Goes up into the air into the right wing corner. Perry to Kapanen. Kapanen on the right wing, top of the circle. To the blue line to Nurse. Around to the left wing, Josh Brown. Pokes it in behind the net.
That whole sequence started with a real good face-off win for Edmonton.
Cleared off, or to the boards, off the boards, off of Kapanen and out. Josh Brown on the right wing to Draisaitl. Comes into the Wild zone. Dismissed McDavid with it at the side of the net. It goes and covered by Gustafsson.
Oilers won a lot of the face-offs in that period. 65% of the draw. No Kaprizov for Minnesota. He played in the 7-1 loss. The Oilers lit him up here. Edmonton the last 2 games against Minnesota is 3 for 4 in the power play camp. And they haven't needed a lot of time to score.
Faceoff will be to the left of Gustafsson.
And I just whammied Draisaitl, Eriksson Ek, who is their best faceoff man.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
He's a real good player.
Puck flipped out. Sent through the middle by Bouchard. Nobody there for the Oilers. It's icing against Edmonton.
Well, the good news for the Oilers here is they managed to get this game to even because they were down 2-0. Touched up for 2 goals. Their penalty killing, which had been the best in the league since November the 9th, has had some struggles. And frankly, they could easily be 3 for 3 on the power play in this game. They have thrown it around.
And they looked all world on the power play in the first period. Did the Wild. Face off to the right of Pickard. Puck to the right wing boards. Back home to the corner to Bouchard. That hits a shin pad. Goes to the left side. Pass across Eriksson Ek. Great save by Pickard. And he covers it up again. Eriksson Ek is thwarted by Calvin Pickard as he came across that pass by Hartman. It was a one-timer. Eriksson Ek wasted no time. That was a good save.
Got to manage the puck better than that. Just a lackadaisical clear. Bouch has had some star-crossed moments in this game. He'd like that sequence back, but he usually responds with something pretty positive. And times you gotta live with it. The thing about Evan Bouchard is, come playoff time, he elevates.
Yeah. Off to the left of Pickard, poked on net, rebound, scores! Hartman got his own rebound right off the draw, and it's 3-2 for the Wild.
No idea what happened there. I'll have to take a look at this again.
Ryan Hartman went right to the net.
McDavid chipped it back, and Hartman basically hopped inside of Ekholm.
Hartman just won the race.
Yep.
And get his 7th of the year.
I mean, Connor won the draw there. Well, the Oilers could use an even strength goal from a different line in this game.
4:09 time of the goal for Hartman. Puck the side of the Minnesota net.
Brown almost got it.
Just about had it. It's floated out to center ice. Emberson to Kulak. Kulak to center will shoot it in off the stick of Rossi. Gustafsson out to play it.
I mean, Edmonton's outplayed Minnesota 5-on-5 in this game, but they can't score.
Kulak got it to the left wing corner to Janmark. Trying to get away from Bogosian. Comes up the left. Janmark to the corner. Drops the puck. Goes to the line. It's Kulak over to Emberson. A shot. And that one doesn't get through. Goes to the right wing corner. Henrique up to the top of the circle to the blue line. Emberson one-timer, and that one goes off of either Brown or Rossi, and it went behind the goal. Right wing to Zuccarello, can't get it out. Pinching in was Kulak. Bogosian on the end boards. Off the stick of Boldy and out. 3-2 Minnesota. 5 minutes, 20 seconds gone here in the second period. We're starting off a 3-game road trip as Arvidsson comes into the wild zone, cuts across through the middle, can't get a shot, puck goals, and then recovers it, has it on the left wing to the point to Nurse. Now on the right point to Josh Brown. In boards to Arvidsson to Nugent Hopkins. Cycles the puck to Podkolzin. Goes to the left wing corner. Up the left wing boards to the point. Nugent Hopkins shot and a glove save made by Gustafsson. He found it through the traffic. He'll hold on to it. 5 minutes and 46 seconds gone here in the second. The Wild are up 3-2.
Wild have outshot Edmonton here in this period 5-3, and they've had a couple open looks. And Chris Knobloch quickly goes back to McDavid, Hyman, and Draisaitl, an ozone draw here. Get it back.
To the right of Gustafsson. Oilers were down 2-0 in the first. Battle back, tie it before the end of the first period. Wild have scored here in the second. Ryan Hartman, 7th of the year at 4:09. Puck on the left wing point. Bouchard on the right. Draisaitl got it in front of the net off the pad of Gustafsson. And up the right wing, Eriksson Ek will get it out. Long pass on the left. Middleton goes after it, left wing corner in Oiler territory. Puck along the boards. It's Hyman for Edmonton, and he's going to get it out. Center ice, the puck went to Hartman. He'll shoot it in. Ekholm to Bouchard. Now to McDavid, off the skate of Draisaitl, goes into the corner. Bouchard up the right wing, able to clear it. Middleton, center ice to Hartman. It's in his skates, didn't know where it was. Now he found it, he'll shoot it in. Bouchard to Ekholm. Ekholm through the middle, directed in by McDavid. Merrill goes in behind his net, gives it to Middleton, left wing corner. Up the boards, top of the circle, that doesn't get out. Merrill go in behind his goal for Minnesota, right wing for Hartman. Into the middle, it won't get out of the zone. This time it was Perry keeping it in, now Hartman just brings it out himself. Into the Oiler end, softly into the right wing corner. Kulak to Ty Emberson into the middle. That's where he finds Noah Philp. Philp will bring it through center ice. In over the line to Perry. Perry trying to get back to Philp. Broken up by Juracek. 3-2 Wild lead. Just over 7 minutes gone here in the second period. Dermott in his own end is going to give it away to Philp. Will shoot it. Didn't get a lot on it. And it goes right to Gustafsson. He'll hold on. We're going to take a break. 7:16 gone in the second. 3-2 the Wild lead the Oilers from the XL Energy Center in St. Paul, Minnesota. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Believing in yourself takes confidence. At Portage College, 93% of grads say their education gave them the skills and knowledge they needed for their careers. That's the kind of confidence that leads to great results. Learn more at portagecollege.ca.
Did you know that there are 9 Napa Auto Parts stores serving the greater Edmonton area and have been doing so for more than 50 years? Since Napa first opened in Edmonton, the community has grown and vehicles have changed, but you can always trust Napa Auto Parts to provide you with the expert know-how and the best vehicle parts. And if that isn't enough, every time you visit a Napa Auto Parts store when you present your AMA card, you receive an additional 10% discount on all retail parts and accessories. Visit your local Napa Auto Parts store for more offers and expert know-how. Napa Auto Parts is a proud fan of the Edmonton Oilers.
Experience a game day meal that's second to none. Fanfare with Skip is your all-star lineup of local restaurants this hockey season. Watch Jack Michaels give you the play-by-play on each restaurant's connection to the community and our team. Visit EdmontonOilers.com/skip to watch this month's episode with Amazing Walk Restaurant. Then open your Skip app and tap in an order with exclusive fan access to a deal each game day during the month. Did somebody say Skip? Proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
Portage College graduates are incredibly employable. How does Portage know? 99% of employers surveyed said they would hire a Portage grad. Get career ready at Portage College. Learn more by visiting portagecollege.ca.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app. This is the Oilers Radio Network.
Cam Moon and Bob Stauffer. We are here at the XL Energy Center where the Wild have a 3-2 lead on the Oilers. 7:16 gone in the second period.
Problem that we're seeing tonight, Edmonton's had some decent 5-on-5 time, but they don't look like, other than the McDavid, Draisaitl, Hyman line when they're together, that they can threaten any of the other lines to finish. And they've had lots of zone time.
Off the draw, puck goes to Arvidsson. Couldn't get the shot through. And Foligno, or up the center ice, is Trennan. He can drop the puck to Middleton. Will shoot it in. Pickard to play it. Rim it. Podkolzin couldn't get it by Merrill. Comes back. Podkolzin went off his stick. And now Nugent Hopkins will get it out on the right wing for Victor Arvidsson. Give the puck to Kulak. Now to Arvidsson at center. Into the Wild zone. The left side went in on the offside, so the Oilers have to regroup, tag up. Puck comes out, pass for Trennan, missed him. Kulak will get it to center ice to Nugent Hopkins. Down the right wing to Arvidsson and over the line, back to Nugent Hopkins, and that doesn't connect. It goes to the left wing corner. Along the boards, Podkolzin to Nugent Hopkins. Around the right wing to the point to Nurse, to Nugent Hopkins. Top of the circle, chopped away from him. It comes out.
That was close.
Nobody touched it. It was fine. Oilers were making changes. Puck shot in by Connor Brown. Middleton in behind his net. 3-2 Wild lead here in the second. 8:20 gone. Puck flipped high in the air into the Oilers zone. That's icing against Minnesota.
And out goes Hyman, McDavid, and Draisaitl. Ozone draw.
Saw that trio put together pretty early in this game.
Yep.
Face off to the right of Gustafsson. Draisaitl gets a stick down. He's in there with Rossi.
Drop the puck, fellas.
Yep, let's get her going. All right, Draisaitl wins the draw. Ekholm on the point. Cross to Bouchard. Down the right wing to McDavid. Comes up top of the circle. Gives the puck to Draisaitl. Stops on the right wing. Draisaitl to the blue line. Right wing point now. Got away from Trennan. Into the corner. McDavid centering pass. That one off a skate. Comes back to McDavid. Goes in behind the net. Over to the left wing. His pass to the point gets picked off. And Boldy got it out. Left wing to Trennan. It's offside at the Edmonton blue line. So we've played 8 minutes, 52 seconds of this second period. Ryan Hartman has scored in the second. That's the difference in this game. Wild are up 3-2.
Off a D-zone draw that the Oilers won. And Hartman got inside position. I don't know if there was a little bit of a misread between a switch off on Hyman or if Ekholm just got beat inside.
Puck shot into the Wild end. Gustafsson out of his net with the rim it. Rossi top of the circle. The left wing for Boldy. Sweep it across the line. Juracek will dump it in. Josh Brown to Nurse in the left wing corner. Off the glass. Juracek kept it in. Got it to the middle. Boldy shot off the shoulder of Pickard. Henrique through the middle. Doesn't get out. It goes to Boldy. Now to Zuccarello. Waiting. Pulling it to the right. His shot saved. Made by Pickard. Puck back to the point. Dermott giving it to Rossi. Now behind the net to Boldy. Right side. Zuccarello pulls it off the right wing boards. Goes to the top of the circle. Juracek to Dermott to the middle. The one-timer fanned upon by Boldy. Now a shot. A great save by Pickard with the left pad. And the puck along the boards.
A brutal sequence from Edmonton here.
Juracek's going to keep it in. Boldy in the corner. He lost it. Comes around to Nurse. And he'll come out for the Oilers. Gets to center ice. Nurse had it knocked off his stick. Juracek up the right wing to Boldy. Into the Oilers zone. To the end boards. It goes in behind the net. Phil to the corner. Runs into Rossi. Loose puck to Nurse. Up the right wing. Just past Connor Brown. It'll be icing against Edmonton with 9:44 to go in the second. 3-2 the Wild lead. But they came really close to making it a 4-2 game.
There's been some poor decision-making for Edmonton at times in this game. This is an important defensive zone drop, albeit fourth line against part of a third line and a fourth line is Janmark and Brown got to get off, but Phillips got to get a face-off win here.
Up against Stadinov. Phillips, no, he stays in. Wins the draw. Puck goes to Josh Brown. Up the boards, won't get out.
These guys have they got to do a better job managing the puck to the fence.
Nadinov to Devin Shores, pass to the middle, picked off by Connor Brown. Off the right wing boards and in. He's going to get to it himself. Down the right wing, the angle shot off the outside of the Minnesota net. Puck in behind the goal. Chisholm up the left wing for the Wild. To center ice, to Shore, goes off his stick. Into the corner in the Oiler end. Emberson up against boards. Oh, he gets hit hard. And the puck on the left side. It comes to the point. Merrill winding up and it's shot. And that one doesn't get through. Husnudinov back to the point. Now on the left, Middleton will walk in. A shot. Bad save made by Pickard. Right wing. Husnudinov brings it to the middle. Give it to Middleton. Now on the right side to Jones. Jones with that big hit on Emberson. Back to the blue line. Middleton put it off. A stick goes into the corner. Husnudinov to Jones, and he doesn't handle the pass. And it's Perry on the right wing to clear it out for the Oilers. 8.5 to go in the second. 3-2 Wild lead. Merrill to Middleton. Back to Merrill. Up the right wing to Hartman. Spin up at the Edmonton blue line, and Arvidsson can get the center ice and drill it in. Bogosian around the right wing boards to Hartman. Get it out through the middle of the ice. Goes into the Oiler end. Josh Brown and behind the net to Nurse. Nurse gets hit by Johansson, and Nurse runs into Johansson. Puck on the end boards. Eriksson Ek will get it to the right point. Bogosian couldn't keep it in. It goes by him and down the ice. Gustafsson in it. Went to play it. Just stopped it. The puck cleared out. Nurse at his own blue line. Left wing to Nugent Hopkins. Into the Wild end to Podkolzin. Cross ice. Oilers making a change. It does come out. Bouchard to Ekholm. Now to Arvidsson, into the Wild end, left wing to Podkolzin. Goes to the corner, to the side of the net, the shot, and the save made by Gustafsson as Podkolzin wired it from an angle. Gustafsson will hold on. We'll take a break with 7:26 to go in the second period. 3-2, Wild lead the Oilers from the XL Energy Center here in St. Paul, Minnesota. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Did you know the RCMP polices over 99% of Alberta's landscape? From the oil sands to the Rockies to the prairies, the RCMP has a province covered. Providing policing services to more than 1,700 communities and with over 150 career specializations, the Alberta RCMP has something to fit everyone's goals and lifestyles. Visit rcmpcareers.ca and take the next step towards your career with the Alberta RCMP. A message from the Government of Canada.
Blue-collar work deserves big-dollar perks. Get a heavy wallet with Heavy Metal Equipment and Rentals. Heavy Metal Equipment and Rentals is hiring heavy equipment technicians, maintenance supervisors, PM servicemen, maintenance coordinators, and pretty much every other position that makes Alberta go. We help move the earth that makes Alberta grow. So why not work for a company that makes your bank account grow too? Visit heavymetalequipment.ca to find your new career. Heavy Metal Equipment and Rentals, helping you move the earth.
Chemco is more than just a trusted local name. Chemco has been building industry across Canada for more than 60 years. From engineering through to commissioning, construction, maintenance, and beyond, Chemco's multidiscipline approach stands firmly on the belief that Chemco cares. It's not just what they do, it's how they do it. Visit Chemco.com and discover how they can support your project today. Chemco, proud fans of the Edmonton Oilers, serving and supporting across Canada for over 60 years.
All games, all season. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
Here at the XL Energy Center, Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer. 7:26 to go in the second period. 3-2 the Wild lead. Ryan Hartman with the goal here in the second. That's been it in this period. It was tied at 2 after 1. Face off the Minnesota zone to the right. Philip Gustafson.
I think they missed one. I think the Guardian Gustafson got away with playing the puck
in the forbidden zone.
In the forbidden zone.
Ekholm on the left wing point to the skates of Hyman. McDavid will get to the line, comes to McDavid, makes a move in the slot, gets dumped down. The puck is cleared out by Eriksson Ek. Draisaitl in on the right wing. Up to the right wing point. Down the boards to McDavid. To the left side, Bouchard across the one-timer. Save made by Gustafson. Is Ekholm with an opportunity. Puck cleared and out to center ice comes Johansson. Going to the right wing corner. Lost it. Draisaitl skating out for Edmonton. Will get to center ice. Dishes on the left to McDavid over the line. Cross ice pass. It just swept away before it could get to Hyman. Puck cleared to the line. Knocked down by Bouchard. Right corner to Draisaitl. To McDavid. He'll go in behind the net to the left. He'll get it across off a stick. Goes near the point. Emberson to the right corner. But Trennan took it away. The Wild able to get it out. Right at his own blue line. Good roll. Had to go off the stick of McDavid. So Emberson for Edmonton. To the middle of the ice, Podkolzin. Now to Arvidsson to Podkolzin. Into Minnesota territory. Goes to the left wing corner to Arvidsson. Along the boards, Kulak has to pinch in. Got it to Podkolzin. Comes back to on the left wing to Nugent Hopkins. Turns in the left wing corner. 3-2 Wild here in the second. Puck on the right wing point. Emberson. A shot. Scores! Tipped out of the air by Nugent Hopkins. And the Oilers have tied the game at 3.
Well, one thing about Emberson, he finds ways to get pucks through. And Nugent Hopkins with just a wonderful deflection redirection. Even strength goal for Edmonton. Oh, wow. Right over the blocker side on Gustafson, and that will be RNH's 12th goal of the season.
What a deflection by Nugent Hopkins at 14:15 of this second period.
Good work, though, from Arvidsson and Podkolzin on that line with RNH.
And we're back even as Nugent Hopkins is scooping in on the backhand. Goes in behind the Minnesota net. Podkolzin over to the right side of the boards, but Boldy there for the Wild. He'll get it out. Right wing, give it to Middleton. Off the boards and in. Took a hit from Nurse. It goes in behind the Edmonton goal. Zuccarello's pass taken away by Nurse. Spins in the left corner in his own end. Up the left wing now to Victor Arvidsson. He'll fire it right across to Josh Brown. Able to dump it in. Glove down by Middleton. We're tied at 3 with 5:10 to go here in the second. Oilers in Minnesota tonight. Zuccarello directs it into the Oiler end. Behind the net, Ekholm. Got it to the boards, but Rossi wraps it on the right to the right wing point. Juracek. Right in behind the Oiler net to Boldy. Gets pushed off of it by Ekholm. Henrique up the left wing, off of Perry and out. Brought in by Henrique, down to Perry. He'll walk in, and he just hammers it wide on the glove side.
Gotta get a better. Good look. Excellent play by Henrique and Kapanen.
It's at center ice. It's Rossi into the Oilers zone to the left wing corner. Puck goes along the left wing boards. Boldy had a dugout by Kapanen. He'll go cross to Corey Perry. Up the right wing to Kapanen. In over the Minnesota line. He'll shoot. Save made by Gustafsson. Holds on to that with 4:18 to go here in the second. Tied at 3. The Oilers and the Wild. We'll be right back from the XL Energy Center here in St. Paul. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Oil Country, you never miss an Oilers game. Join your fellow fans at Molson Canadian Oil Country headquarter locations every game day. Visit oilcountryhq.com to find out where you can enjoy the game next with a pint of Molson Canadian, the official beer sponsor of the Edmonton Oilers. It's a new era for Ford in Edmonton. Welcome to Big West Ford. Located westbound on Stony Plain Road just east of the Henday, Big West Ford is Edmonton's newest and most exciting Ford dealership. Whether you're after the legendary F-150, the Powerhouse 350 Super Duty, or the adventurous Bronco, they've got you covered with exceptional selection and service right here in your city. Big West Ford, driven by you. Visit Big West Ford at 18208 Stony Plain Road or online at bigwestford.com.
I'm Gene Principe for Legacy Heating and Cooling. Some people think I only know hockey, but I know from the flame in your furnace to your mighty ducts. At Legacy, we never shark our duties. We get cracking and knuckle down to have your heating and cooling systems working right, so you get a comfortable night's sleep. And that's just our division. I mean, a division of Legacy. But let's get to Pacifics. With Legacy, you'll get no interest and no principal payments for 1 year on your new furnace. Legacy, the difference with Legacy Heating and Cooling.
Oil Country, you never miss an Oilers game. Join your fellow fans at Molson Canadian Oil Country headquarter locations every game day. Visit oilcountryhq.com to find out where you can enjoy the game next with a pint of Molson Canadian, the official beer sponsor of the Edmonton Oilers.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer. We're in the Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. Legacy Heating and Cooling, home and no payments, no interest for 1 year. Tied at 3, the Oilers and the Wild with 4:18 to go in the second period. Nugent Hopkins from Emberson and Kulak at 14:15 of the second, tying things after Hartman put the Wild ahead 3-2 in this second period. Face off in the Minnesota zone to the left to Gustafsson. McDavid, Draisaitl, and Hyman are out there with Ekholm and Bouchard. Eriksson Ek taking the draw for the Wild. Puck goes to Middleton on the right wing. Give it to Hartman, gives it to Eriksson Ek, gets to center. Now in over the Oiler line to the left side. Middleton shot off the arm of Pickard, and Hyman will get it out down the right wing to Draisaitl into the Minnesota zone. His pass broken up by Merrill, and he'll clear it.
Leon's got to shoot it. I know he's on his backhand as a left-handed shot there, but he's got a good backhand.
One of the best. Merrill with it in his own end now.
Put it on the net. Put the goaltender under some duress.
The right wing to Hartman. Hit his skate. Goes to Eriksson Ek. He gets caught by Draisaitl, who cleared it. Now it's Hyman into the Minnesota zone. Drops it to Draisaitl. The shot off the glove of Gustafsson on the right point. Bouchard will keep it in. Left wing corner to Draisaitl. Pass to the middle. That's broken up. Johansson will get it out. Kulak with it at the Edmonton blue line. 3:18 to go in the second. We're tied at 3. Kulak starts up ice. Pass through the middle to Arvidsson. Comes in. He'll shoot it. That launches off the stick of Merrill. It goes out of play. Back and forth affair here this evening at the XL Energy Center between the Oilers and the Minnesota Wild. Third and final time the two teams meet. Minnesota won 5-3 in Edmonton on November 21st. Oilers won 7-1 here in Minnesota December 12th.
Even game.
This one, yes, very much. Bogosian, right corner, high in the air and out. A bouncing puck that got caught up in Zuccarello.
Back of the pants.
In his pants. So we get the whistle.
Not surprisingly, he's got 2 assists in this game. This guy lights the Oilers up for fun. It's interesting. Smaller, skilled guys that have great patience seem to, over the last few years, given Edmonton some challenges.
Very good.
There's better players than him, but there aren't many players better against Edmonton than him.
Yeah, 2 assists, so that puts him at 28 in his 24th game, 28 points in his 24th game against the Oilers. As Emberson will shoot it into the wild zone. It goes to the left wing boards. Nugent Hopkins to the point to Emberson. Now to Arvidsson, his shot, that just went wide. Nugent Hopkins couldn't get one through. It's blocked, and Chisholm will bring it out for the Wild. Cross ice pass, and it goes to Boldy, but it hit the stick of Kulak, and that threw the whole thing offside with 2:42 to go here in the second.
It was the work of the backtrack there from the Edmonton Oilers. Ty Emberson, that forced a low degree of probability with a pass cross. Kulak was able to get a stick out there. Brown's seeing a pretty regular shift here.
Josh Brown, yes.
Can't argue with the opportunity. He's had some challenges handling the puck a couple times. Didn't like his penalty, which was a reactionary call on Trennan, who didn't want to fight him. And Trennan can fight. Brown's a more accomplished fighter, but Trennan, much like Podkolzin, has landed one punch in one fight that makes people think twice, and that was against Zdeno Chara.
Henrique into the Wild end on the right wing, top of the circle. Pass to the line, off the stick of Trennan, it comes out. There's got it to center ice. Hit Goodrow. They got it tied up right in front of the penalty box area as Henrique is in there for Edmonton. Try to jam this thing free. Connor Brown also there. Goodrow just holding it up against the boards. Now Henrique got it loose. Goes into the Oiler end. Chasing after it is Trennan. Josh Brown hit by Foligno. Puck goes to Trennan. He put it in front of the net. There was Henrique for the Oilers. Up the right wing to Connor Brown. Comes into the Wild zone. Stops up right side at the hash marks. Threw it in behind the net. Foligno there for Minnesota. To Merrill. Up the right for Goodrow. The Oiler blue line. Pokes it into the right wing corner. Emberson to Kulak to the middle of the ice, and Kapanen will get it out to Perry. Now to Philp. He'll come in over the line. He'll shoot that off the stick of Merrill, and that goes out of play with a minute 27 to go in the second.
I like that he shot it, that he took the shot through the screen there. You never know. Like, if he doesn't pick it up, he's got a heavy shot.
Soft will be to the right of Gustafsson. Tied at 3 here in Minnesota. Oilers get the big line out there of Draisaitl, McDavid, and Corey Perry, who we have seen out with McDavid and Draisaitl from time to time. Ekholm and Bouchard on the back end. Goes to the middle of the ice. Johansson on the right wing to Eriksson Ek. Off the boards and in. Ekholm has to chase after it. Chop it up the left wing to Perry. Spins to the middle. And he'll find McDavid, and he'll get to center down that left side. Off the boards and into the left wing corner. Middleton jamming it. Lost it. McDavid to the right wing point. To Bouchard into the corner. Draisaitl behind the net to McDavid. Comes up the left wing to the point for Ekholm. Across the line to Bouchard. Last minute in the second. Tied at 3. Ekholm shot off a stick. Goes into the right wing corner of the Wild end. McDavid for Draisaitl. Right wing corner. Draisaitl side of the net. Put it on goal. Gustafsson the save. Puck back to the middle. Ekholm to Bouchard. Down on the ice is Johansson. And now the whistle goes as Minnesota.
Johansson's trying to draw a call here on McDavid with the stick. And did he get cut?
He might. He's being looked at right now. So no penalty being called right now, but that doesn't mean that we won't see one.
I think he's selling it. Get a little bit of a clip on the play.
Not bleeding, no.
No. You didn't call a penalty on the sequence.
Oh, it caught the elbow. It wasn't a stick. I thought it was the elbow got him.
He flicked it.
Yeah.
He's going to face off here.
Faceoff will be in the Wild zone. Of course, the Wild coaches would like an explanation. I can understand that. 40 seconds to go in the second. Tied at 3. The Oilers and the Wild. I don't think there was any intent on that, but
I think he just tried to
skate by him.
He's still on the ice here with 40 seconds left in the period.
All right.
Have a little bit of controversy in the building right now.
That's right. So, play on, they say. Face off to the left of Gustafsson. Puck goes to the right wing corner. Hyman has it up against the boards. McDavid gets in there. Draisaitl gets it to the point. To Bouchard. Across to Ekholm on the left. Can't find a shooting lane. Played it behind the net. Goes to Hyman. Takes it to the left wing. To the point for Ekholm.
Got a shot.
Ekholm down the left wing boards. Off the stick of Merrill. Merrill into the middle of the ice to Eriksson Ek. Off the right wing down. It should be icing. It will be with 10 seconds to go here in the second. Oilers will get an offensive zone face-off. Shots are 24-22 in favor of Edmonton. We're tied at 3.
I'd say if you get a draw here, put the puck on the net. They're a little frustrated. They're a little hot right now. The non-call there on McDavid. They thought that should have been at least an interference call. Maybe an elbow.
All right, Draisaitl will take the draw against Hartman. Wasn't quite right. Okay, now the lineup. Face off to the right of Gustafsson. Draisaitl wins it. Bouchard, well, shoot, save made by Gustafsson, and the puck cleared out. Won't be hard enough for icing, and the period will end. The teams trade goals here in the second, tied at 3 through 40 minutes. In what has been a back-and-forth affair between these two clubs. Oilers were down 2-0 at one point, tied it at 2 after 1. They exchanged goals in the second. Pretty evenly played game to this point.
Yeah, it has been. And the Oilers needed to get a goal from somebody other than McDavid in Draisaitl's line, whoever he's playing with, be it Hyman or Perry, and they got that on a Nugent Hopkins deflection on some hard work from Podkolzin. So tied at 3 after 2. Pretty even game. Shots are 25-22. The Oilers were not very good early in that period, much better later on in that period. And maybe penalties are 3-1, 3 power plays for Minnesota in this game, 1 for Edmonton. But maybe the one that's, if you're an Oilers fan, you like the non-call against McDavid. If you're a Minnesota fan, you're thinking that should be a penalty. And that'll be something to watch here in the third period. I mean, ironically enough, we didn't get any penalties in that period. They've got 2 of their 3 goals on the power play in this game. I'll be intrigued to see what happens in period number 3 and how physical they are against Connor as the game goes on, too.
Tied at 3. We are through 40 minutes. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins scoring for the Oilers in that second period. Ryan Hartman had the goal for the Wild. Hyman and McDavid have also scored for the Oilers in this game. Boldy and Rossi with goals for Minnesota. Tied at 3. We're through 40 minutes here at the XL Energy Center. Brent Griffiths, Rob Brown, they're going to have the intermission for you when we come back. Tied at 3 through 40. It's Four Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
OilCountry, the ultimate Oilers watch party, happens all season long. Attend Molson Canadian Oilers Game Day live throughout the season for your chance to win 2025-26 Edmonton Oilers season seats. Be there for the next Game Day live flag night for your chance to win a trip for 2 to watch the Oilers play in Las Vegas. Join them January 16th at the Crown and Tower, St. Albert's. For the full event schedule and to RSVP to the ultimate Oilers watch party, visit OilersGameDayLive.com. Stay connected with your community and enjoy the latest updates and exclusive access to concerts and events by becoming an 880 Ched Insider. Don't miss out on a single moment. Sign up now at 880ched.com and click on Ched Insider Newsletter to become a vital part of Edmonton's premier news and talk community. 880 Ched, Edmonton's news, today's talk, where Edmonton stays informed and entertained today and every day. At the intermission, brought to you by End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Turns in the left wing corner. 3-2 Wild here in the second. Puck on the right wing point. Emerson. A shot. Scores! Tipped out of the air by Nugent Hopkins.
That's your Highlight Zone, brought to you by Century Casinos. All in, all games, all season. Century Casinos with 3 great locations in Edmonton, St. Albert, and right next door to the Edmonton International Airport. Welcome to the Winner's Zone. Welcome to the second intermission. After 40 minutes of play, we are all tied up at 3 between the Oilers and the Minnesota Wild. Bryn Griffiths along with Rob Brown with you here. Well, Brownie, what do you think of that period? It was a little on the sloppy side for me, and the momentum shifts. Unbelievable tonight.
Yeah, the Oilers probably pretty fortunate to get out of that tied. A lot of big mistakes in their own zone, turnovers, poor changes. They had a 2-on-0 against that was just a really bad change. When you have the long change, which is the second period, the benches are on the opposite ends. You have to make sure the puck is in deep, which means down low below the goal line in the offensive zone before you change. And the Oilers didn't. It didn't get in deep. It was a tough pass to Janmark on the boards. He wasn't able to control it. And as soon as that happens, you can't leave the ice. And the Oilers did. All 5 of them changed, turned into a 2-on-0. So Calvin Pickard has made 2 unbelievable saves in this game in that second period. He's given up 3 goals. I mean, it easily could be 5. So the Oilers are trending well in this game. They played better at the end of the second period and probably will come back and win this hockey game. But it hasn't been a great defensive effort from them. They've made some big mistakes that have allowed the Minnesota Wild some grade A scoring chances.
Yeah, it's been a little odorous at times for the Oilers tonight. But I can tell you right there, actually, you know what? I can't say this. That save on the 2-on-0 might be the save of the game tonight, because the way this one's going, there might have to be 1 or 2 bigger ones than that. But that 2-on-0, I mean, Pickard off of Eriksson Ek, was, hey, listen, yeah, what happens on those 2-on-0s? If you must have gone in on a few of those. You've got to be, are you thinking pass or shoot? For the guy moving the puck in.
It depends It depends what the goalie's doing, or it depends what kind of player you are. That save was good. The better save for Pickard was the one-timer from Eriksson Ek a little bit about a shift later. That was a harder save. The 2-on-0 that they had, Mike Hartman carried the puck. I think it was Hartman that had the puck. He carried it too deep. Yeah. When he made the pass across, Pickard knew there was only one play for Eriksson Ek, and that was to put it on net. So Pickard could sell out, and he did. If you're on a 2-on-0, the puck has got to go quicker. You've got to put about 10, when you're about 7 feet from the net, that's when you make the pass. Because now Pickard, if he dives across, if he sells out, the pass can come back, and then you'll have a wide open net. So Hartman made it a little easier for Calvin Pickard. Still a good save, but the big save, and the one that really had Eriksson Ek shaking his head, was the one-timer about a minute and a half later when he got all of it, and Calvin Pickard got the glove on it. That was a fantastic save. So both those were big saves for Calvin Pickard and for the Oilers, because the Oilers very sloppy to start that second period.
Okay, so Kellen Kennedy, who makes the final decision on the save of the game, are you saying that maybe it's not that 2-0?
No, I don't think so. No,
we need a ruling
that
here.
Was a great save. To me, it was the one-timer from Eriksson Ek. I mean, watch that one again. And Calvin Pickard had to go from one side all the way to the other. Okay, whole wide open net. It was almost a little bit reminiscent of the one that Skinner made last game on the 2-on-1. Just coming all the way across, and the only thing Pickard, he got his arm out there, got a little bit of the glove on it. Fantastic save by Calvin Pickard. He made 2 big saves in that period.
Okay, let's talk about Connor McDavid going by. I didn't catch who he clipped.
It was Johansson.
To be honest with you.
Marcus Johansson.
Oh, Johansson, thank you. Yeah. What do you think of that?
It's a penalty. It was a penalty that the refs missed.
He came up a little bit on the elbow, I thought.
Yeah, there was intent.
Gave him a little nick.
There was intent. He came past him, and then he extended his elbow to the chin of Johansson, and it hurts. It stuns them. The Minnesota Wild were furious, but they would have been even more furious. The ref let it play out. The Oilers had 2 or 3 scoring chances on a 5-on-4. So, yeah, the referees missed one. That should have been a penalty.
Think that gets looked at after the game, video-wise?
By
Department of Player Safety?
Yeah, John Shannon told us earlier tonight that they watch everything. I don't know if it gets a fine or not, but it'll be looked at. Any time a player goes down and needs to be a trainer to come out on the ice, they're certainly going to look at it. I don't know. Does it maybe a fine? I don't know. It doesn't really matter if it's a fine because they can only get fined $5,000 anyways. So it's pocket change, but it'll be looked at. I don't know. Nothing will come of it really, though.
Okay, we got a couple minutes. I'm giving you a little more time on this. What do you say to the Troops after that, going into the third period, which, by the way, is the strongest period for Minnesota? However, their lineup is all screwy right now anyway. But what do you say to the Oilers? It wasn't a very sharp period at all.
Tighten up defensively. When the Oilers got the puck in the offensive zone, when they got their forecheck going and their cycle going, they created a number of good chances. The goal that RNH scored was off a cycle where they went from down low to up high, then put the puck on net as guys start crisscrossing in front. More of that is what they need. The problem was the turnovers. So there's 2 things that has really benefited the Wild in this game is Oilers' big turnovers and Oilers taking penalties. So in the third period, simple game, get the puck out quickly and just don't take a penalty because the Wild scored 2 power play goals and they looked very deadly. Like their power play was moving it around. If either team gets a power play in the third period, it's a good chance that puck's going to find the back of the net. So be the more disciplined team.
So is this a little bit of what the Oilers are doing, or is it mostly what Minnesota is forcing the Oilers to do, or is it a combination of both, really?
What you mean with the mistakes defensively?
Yeah, because I'm seeing some unforced errors. It's like the passes just aren't clicking tonight. But, it's one of those games, right? We've seen it, and we've also seen them come back big time in the third and put it away.
Yeah, I'm not too fearful about what the Oilers are going to do in the third period. They're a good hockey club that's playing against a team that's beaten up. Minnesota, they're a good forechecking team. That's where their success comes from. They will be, once they get healthy, they're going to be a playoff team that's going to be tough to beat. They play a good structured system. They will eventually have a game breaker in Kaprizov back. They got 3 fantastic defensemen all out of the lineup tonight, but really good skating defensemen that can create problems for the opposition's forwards because they can skate with them. But with the lineup they have tonight, the strength of their lineup is getting pucks in deep and forechecking. And when Minnesota gets the pucks in deep, they've created turnovers, and that's where they've got their good chances. The Oilers just got to be a little smarter in their own zone. And if you don't have a play, don't force it. There's nothing wrong with fighting for it along the boards. Just don't throw anything through the middle. The Oilers did a couple times in that period, and it cost them.
Gotcha, Rob. We'll talk to you after the game, okay? We'll take a break. Good. And, hey, At the Intermission is brought to you by End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring. This is your 4 dealers NHL hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Be a savvy Edmonton hotel shopper. Book through Edmonton'sBestHotels.com and receive up to $225 in cash rewards. There are over 55 member hotels to choose from, offering their best value rates. Edmonton'sBestHotels.com. Rewards with every booking.
Hey, Paul Brandt here. You know what I'm a fan of? Alberta. The wide open spaces, the highways and byways, and a rugged, beautiful terrain that I'm proud to call home. Maybe that's why I'm also a fan of my Ford F-150. It's tough, capable, and smart, which makes it a natural fit for roads like these. So if it's a new truck you're looking for, look no further than the truck Albertans love to drive, F-150. Head into your Alberta Ford dealer and tell them PB sent you.
Celebrating 70 years in the signage industry, William Huff Advertising is the most recognized name in the game. An in-house, one-stop shop for all of your design, print, and installation needs. William Huff provides quality graphic solutions for everyone. Here in our City of Champions and throughout the nation, they're the preferred signage partner entrusted by many of the biggest corporations, pro sports teams, and organizations to bring their identity to life. Recognize the name, get in the game. WilliamHuff.com.
Be a savvy Edmonton hotel shopper. Book through Edmonton'sBestHotels.com and receive up to $225 in cash rewards. There are over 55 member hotels to choose from, offering their best value rates. Edmonton'sBestHotels.com. Rewards with every booking.
With Global News, I'm Thomas Dias. Canada's premiers met with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau in Ottawa today to discuss potential tariffs coming from the U.S., but with oil and gas being one of Canada's major weapons in a possible battle, Premier Danielle Smith took to social media to say that as long as the idea of cutting off energy supply and imposing export tariffs to the U.S. continues to be considered, Alberta cannot fully support the Fed's plan for dealing with the tariff threat. It's a sentiment that former Alberta Premier Jason Kenney has some issues with.
I don't think we should be talking about shooting ourselves in the foot by cutting off exports. But I also think that we should not be excluding anything. We should, as a country, stick together.
Justin Trudeau continues to say the country will use any and all tools necessary to stand up for Canadians. And here's some better news. Edmonton police have reported 2024 had a year-over-year drop of around 47% when it comes to shootings in our city. There were 118 shootings last year compared to 221 in 2023. Also on a downward trend, crimes involving guns. News on demand at 880ched.com.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
Tired of skyrocketing energy bills? Switch to clean, affordable power with Horizon Solar. Whether you want to cut costs, go green, or increase your home's value, Horizon Solar has you covered with tailored solar energy solutions. With current government incentives, there's never been a better time to make the switch. Own your power, control your bills, live sustainably. For your free assessment, call Horizon Solar today or visit horizonsolar.com to get started. Horizon Solar, where going green makes sense.
Live sky high with remarkable units for rent and for sale at Sky Signature Suites. Currently offering amazing incentives on 1- and 2-bedroom rentals featuring designer finishes, resort-like amenities, and breathtaking views. All of this and more within the heart of Ice District, Edmonton's best address for shopping, dining, entertainment, and fun. Visit skysignaturesuites.com and make your home high above the ordinary.
At the intermission, brought to you by End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Bryn Griffiths back in Studio B in Edmonton. It's 3-3 after 2 between the Wild and the Oilers. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, which is brought to you by Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. Just one other matchup in the NHL tonight. It is over. It's a final. Buffalo beating Carolina 4-2. How about Ryan McLeod with a hat trick for the Sabres, his 8th, 9th, and 10th goals of the season. In the American Hockey League, the Bakersfield Condors are playing in Colorado tonight. The Condors now right now with a 3-2 lead after 40 minutes of play. It's Connor Carrick with his 7th of the year, James Hamblin with his 4th and 5th of the season. So Bakersfield with a 3-2 lead on Colorado after 40 minutes of play. Tough night for the All Kings in the Western Hockey League. They fell behind 5-0, rallied to come back a little bit, but still lost in Swift Current tonight, 6-3. The final just in from the Innovation Complex in Swift Current. Next up, they're in Regina on Friday, in Moose Jaw on Saturday night. That's your out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. Hang in there. The third period is on the way. At the intermission is brought to you by End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring. This is your Four Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
At the intermission has been brought to you by End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
At Sobeys and Safeway Liquor, they recommend pairing locally distilled spirits and their ice-cold beer selection with... And Oilers win! Sobeys and Safeway Liquor, proud partners and fans of the Edmonton Oilers. Please enjoy responsibly.
When was the last time your electricity and natural gas provider made you feel like this? Low rates, no strings attached, year-round perks, and local energy experts who always have your back with Encore by Epcor. Find that carefree energy feeling at encore.epcor.com/carefree.
Customers are free to purchase natural gas or electricity services from a retailer of their choice. For a list of retailers, visit ucahelps.alberta.ca or call 310-4822 toll-free.
Hey, hockey fans! Hard rubber works well on the ice rink, but not so good on frozen roads. Atturo tires are engineered with that in mind. Scientifically designed tread patterns, along with resilient rubber compounds, allow Atturo tires to grip well in the cold of winter, while providing excellent traction and long tread life through year-round conditions. Atturo has the all-weather tire for you. Available at Action Car and Tire, Point S, and tire shops everywhere. Find a dealer near you at atturo.com.
At Sobeys and Safeway Liquor, they recommend pairing locally distilled spirits and their ice-cold beer selection with... And Oilers win! Sobeys and Safeway Liquor, proud partners and fans of the Edmonton Oilers. Please enjoy responsibly.
All games, all season. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
Cam Moon and Bob Stauffer. We are here at the XL Energy Center, St. Paul, Minnesota. Oilers and Wild tied at 3, getting ready for the third period of play. Oilers, when tied after 2 periods, are 2-2-0. They were tied after 2 in Chicago, found a way to get it done. The Wild, they've been in this position plenty. They're 7-5-2. When tied after 2 periods. We've dropped the puck. We're underway here in the third as Ekholm will shoot it into the Wild zone. Middleton up the left wing to Foligno. He'll get it up the right side at center to Eriksson Ek. He'll skip it wide of the Edmonton goal. Bouchard then lost it. Hartman to Foligno to Hartman. Back to the left wing point. Middleton shot. That's off a stick. Goes wide. McDavid up the left wing will get it out to Draisaitl. Now into the Wild end. Draisaitl stops up on the right wing. To the point, one-time shot. Doesn't quite get through by Josh Brown. Puck in the left corner. McDavid behind the net to the right. Back to the blue line. Bouchard is shot and is saved by Gustafsson. He'll hold on. We're 44 seconds into the third, tied at 3.
2 good looks from the Oilers right from the get-go, and they kept the play alive in the O-zone. The net front was Hyman. Brown with the first attempt, and then the second one, a double deflection. That went off of Zuccarello's or Hartman's stick. And we're basically going to see Nugent Hopkins center Arvidsson and Podkolzin here against the Rossi line. And then it's going to be McDavid and Draisaitl going up against Hartman and Eriksson Ek.
Puck to the right wing corner. Podkolzin back to the point, goes by Josh Brown. Down into the Oiler end. Harrison behind the net. Zuccarello had come in, but up the left wing to Nugent Hopkins. Cross to Brown. To center now to Arvidsson. Down the left wing, Nugent Hopkins into the Wild zone. Cross ice pass. Podkolzin home right in front, but just broken up by Rossi before it could get to Arvidsson. Rossi into the Oiler end. Poked away from him by Nurse. Nurse to Brown. Josh Brown up the right wing to Victor Arvidsson. Peels it off the right wing boards now. Down the left side to Podkolzin in front of the net. Scores! Going hard to the net. The puck's in there somewhere, but Darnell Nurse had scooped it in. He landed up in the net. And the Oilers are up 4-3.
That's going to be a goal for Edmonton.
Nurse went hard to the goal. He put it in and then went right in the net himself, and everybody had gathered in there.
Our Nurse, you know what? He's trying to get him to go here. They might go. It should be a good goal.
Oh, yeah.
The puck was clearly in the net.
Yeah. Minute 28 into this third period.
And that was Podkolzin centered in front. Yeah, that's a good goal all the way. And it's just a hard net drive by Nurse.
Chisholm taking Nurse right to the net. Puck had already got in after Nurse ran into the netminder Gustafsson.
Podkolzin again, Cam.
Oh, he's made a great play. Nurse gets his 5th of the year. Ties him with Charlie Huddy now for 2nd all-time Oiler defenseman goals. And the Oilers have a 4-3 lead here in the third period. Puck dumped into the Oilers zone. Pickard rims it, knocked down by Trennan. They give it to Goodrow on the end boards. Trennan, right wing, shoots it towards the net. Stick saved by Pickard. Emberson to Henrique. Over to Kulak. Kulak to Emberson. Has to go behind the Edmonton net. Up the right side. Kulak will bring it out. For Janmark into the wild zone. Goes in behind the net. Wraps it in front off the stick of Gustafsson. Henry trying to find a loose puck. It goes over to the left wing boards. 4-3 Oilers lead. We're early here in the third period. Puck inside the Minnesota end. Janmark to the point to Josh Brown. Across to Nurse. Down the left wing. To the left wing corner. His pass off a skate goes to the middle. And Trennan there to clear it. A good row at center ice. Checked by Nurse. Here's Perry, left wing. Giving the goal to Podkolzin right now.
Did it go? Was it a bank shot off the skate? Maybe it never did get to Nurse. Yep.
Here's Bouchard on the right point. A shot. It was going wide, but into the glove of Gustafsson. 2 minutes, 50 seconds gone here in the third period. 4-3 Oilers lead. Right now it's Podkolzin from Arvidsson and Brown.
Well, I'd be happy for Vasily, but Darnell makes the play in the net try.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe they banked that. Although we're going to get a look. Yeah, went off at Chisholm's skate, but I don't know if Nurse ever, if he touched it. He might have touched it after, but maybe not. Face off to the left of Gustafsson. So Nurse is now still one back of Charlie Huddy. There's Bouchard off the right wing corner, centering that. Off a skate, goes over to the right side. Boldy will get the puck just out to center. Shot right back in by Kapanen. Merrill up the left wing to Husnadinov. Into the Oiler end on the left side. Down low, off the stick of Boldy. It's in behind the Edmonton net. Husnadinov to the middle, but it goes right to the stick of Matthias Ekholm. He'll get to center ice, he'll shoot it in on goal. Gustafsson steered it to the corner. Kapanen in the left wing corner of the Minnesota zone. Checked by Chisholm. Chisholm will get the puck on the left wing to Boldy. Boldy swings back at his own blue line. 4-3 Oilers lead. 3:40 gone here in the third. Now Middleton will lose it to Draisaitl. Right side to McDavid off the outside of the net. Puck goes to the left wing. McDavid one hands it back to the point. Kulak to the middle. His shot just misses. Goes in behind the goal. Draisaitl, right point to Kulak. Now to McDavid on the blue line. Goes over to the left wing point. Brings it across the blue. Gives it to Kulak. Misses on the short. Goes off the knob of the stick of Gustafsson and out of play.
That's the time you got to go to the far side there and try to beat him low to the glove.
Face-off will be in the Minnesota zone. 4:05 gone in the third. 4-3 Oilers lead. There's Podkolzin with his 6th of the year.
2 goals, even strength goals for that line in this game. I mean, if those guys can contribute and stay on the plus side of the ledger, it enables the Oilers to play McDavid, Draisaitl, Hyman together, which I would do tomorrow in Colorado. I know what the lines are in Colorado today. I'm not buying that for a second.
You don't believe it.
No.
It goes to Ekholm, left point across to Bouchard, down the right side to McDavid, in front of the net, off the stick of Hyman, into the right corner. Hyman knocked down by Bogosian. Puck jammed over to the left wing. It's Draisaitl with it. Stay away from Hartman. Sit behind the net. Hartman takes him to the end boards.
Slew-footed him. That is, how is that not called?
Back to the point. Bouchard shot, and the save made by Gustafsson. And up the right wing, Eriksson Ek will get it out. Give it to Hartman into the Oiler end. Hartman over to the left wing. Hit it in behind the goal. Ekholm to the blue line. Dermott will keep it in. Right wing to Foligno, but off his stick comes out.
Chippy game at times, Cam.
Has been.
I think Leon got, for the second game in a row, I think an Oilers player. Leon's checking lost his helmet there.
Zuccarello just getting it out up the left wing to Boldy. Boldy will fire it across the center ice line. It's Arvidsson right back in with it. Into the Minnesota zone. Checked out the play. Zuccarello will get it out. He's got Rossi with him. Into the Oiler end. Over to Boldy on the left wing. The shot save made by Pickard. Puck goes behind the net. Arvidsson rimming. It gets to the line. Middleton kept it in. Goes to the left wing corner. That puck put through the slot. And the shot by Merrill. Put it off the post. Puck on the left wing. Boldy's got it for the Wild. Across one-timer. Wow, what a save by Pickard. Coming across and held onto it. And Zuccarello can't believe that didn't go in the net.
Well, that's 3 terrific stops in this game. So right now they're saying put Coles in 6 from Arvidsson and Brown, as you mentioned.
Take their word for it. Great stop by Calvin Pickard. Off of Matt Zuccarello. 4-3 Oiler lead here in the third. Near the top of the circle, went off of Janmark, kept in. Angle shot saved by Pickard as it was drilled towards the net by Trennan, and the puck cleared out.
Little lax days-a-couple off with some face-offs in the D zone in this game for Edmonton.
Gaudreau up to Trennan, right in front of the Edmonton bench. He'll get it in. Now Gaudreau to the middle, to Shore. Now to Middleton, a shot. That's blocked by Emberson. Goes to the right wing point. Juracek. Cross the line to Gaudreau. Now to Trennan. Right wing corner. Gaudreau with it.
This has been a good surge here for Minnesota. They worked hard.
Juracek had kept it in. The puck along the boards, right in front of the Edmonton bench, just inside the line. Jammed out of the skates of Devon Shore. Goes down into Minnesota territory. 6.5 gone here in the third. 4-3 Oilers lead. Middleton in behind his net for the Wild. Up the left side to Eriksson Ek. Cross ice. Chisholm then lost it. It goes to Draisaitl. He'll bring it in. Draisaitl. His pass off. His stick goes right to Foligno. Foligno to center. Crisscrosses to Hartman in over the Edmonton line. Wanted to get it back to Eriksson Ek. That pass doesn't get through. And it's Draisaitl up the left wing to Hyman. Oh, pass goes off of Foligno back into the Oilers zone.
Don't just make the easy play, eh? Too many times.
Chisholm will drift the puck into the Oiler end. Ekholm along the left wing. Goes to the line. Rossi keeps it in for Minnesota behind the net. Foligno tried to center it, doesn't work. Goes to Rossi. Comes up the right wing. Back to the right wing point. Bogosian shot tipped by Foligno just wide of the goal. Foligno walks over to the left wing. Could not get it in front of the net. Into the corner, Rossi. And it in behind the goal. Hartman back there. Worked over a bit by Ekholm. Puck goes to Rossi out of the right corner. He'll go to the net. His shot. That one blocked. McDavid up the boards. It doesn't get out. Boldy keeps it in to the right wing point. Bogosian across to Chisholm. Now into the slot. Hartman in front. Oh, what a save on a redirection by Pickard with the right pad as Rossi was right at the side of the net and it's cleared out.
It all started because of a poor cross-ice pass. Look out.
Zuccarello comes into the Oiler end on the left wing. Edmonton up 4-3 here in the third. Minnesota pressing. Just over 8 minutes gone in the period. Up the left wing, Nugent Hopkins gets it out to Arvidsson. Makes a move at the Minnesota line to the left wing corner up front. The shot and the save by Gustafsson off of Podkolzin. To the right point, Josh Brown. On the left to Nurse. Nurse across to Brown. Brown will shoot it. Glove by Gustafsson. He's going to hold on to it. We have played 8 minutes, 32 seconds of the third period. The Oilers have a 4-3 lead on the Wild. We'll be right back from the XL Energy Center here in St. Paul. It's Four Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
The Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation 50-50, presented by Rogers, is back and bigger than ever. The largest 50-50 in sports offers early bird draws, bonus raffles, and a main jackpot, which is growing by the second. With over $100 million invested across OilCountry, your support directly helps kids, families, and communities in need. Maybe you'll be our next winner. Get your tickets right now at EdmontonOilers.com and help make OilCountry a better place.
AGLC license number 696879.
Rogers is Canada's largest and most reliable 5G network. We're made for Oilers fans. You can stream Leon scoring in Leduc. Watch Tide tie
things up in Tofield. Or check out Connor doing Connor things in Kalmar. And even watch Stuart steal the show while you're in Sedalia. Try saying that 3 times fast. Rogers, proud partner and fan of your Edmonton Oilers.
Our people, our team. It's what business owners almost always say is their most important resource. But strong businesses don't just find great people. They make sure their teams stay healthy, engaged, and performing at their best. A benefits plan from Alberta Blue Cross is more than just drug and dental. They support the whole person with flexible coverage levels that fit the size and circumstance of your business. Find a plan that gets results at ab.bluecross.ca.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app. This is the Oilers Radio Network.
We got some tilt going here tonight. The XL Energy Center. Oilers are up 4-3 on the Wild. 8 minutes, 32 seconds gone in the third period. Vasily Podkolzin, the go-ahead goal for the Oilers. 1:28 into this third. Face off in the Wild zone to the left of Gustafsson. Philp, Kapanen, Perry out there with Josh Brown and Darnell Nurse. Puck goes in behind the Minnesota net. Here's Nadinov up the right wing, gave it to Jones. Bounce it just into the Edmonton end, and it's Josh Brown up the right wing for Noah Philp. Philp got it to the blue line. Dermott got it to center ice. Puck goes back to Nurse. Go across to Brown. Josh Brown up the right wing. They'll dump the puck in. It's the rim into the right wing corner. Philp along the right wing boards. Gets it free from Husnadinov. To the left corner behind the net to Perry. Perry trying to get in front of the net, but Husnadinov gets the loose puck. And we'll get it out to the neutral zone. Philp skating in on the right wing. Off the boards, and it rims. It's into the corner and out to Husnadinov. Up the right wing to Jones. They'll go up in the air and out. Kulak with it inside his own end for Edmonton. On the right wing now to Connor Brown. A move at center ice. It'll go to Janmark. Scoops it in on the backhand. Puck to the right wing corner of Minnesota territory. It's up against the boards. Henry got it free. Goes to the end boards. Rossi rims it. Connor Brown, stick knocked out of his hands. Puck goes to the right wing. Zuccarello through the middle, gave it away to Henry. Can't get his shot. Spun around by Chisholm, and the puck to the middle. Chisholm over to Rossi, and he'll come up the left wing. He'll get to center ice, shoot it in cross corner. Off the boards. Boldy has it on the right wing. Up near the blue line, a shot. And that one blocked. Goes off of Janmark. Left wing, Chisholm. Back to the left wing point for Bogosian. Chisholm on the left wing into the corner for Rossi. It came up, I think, on Henry. Puck along the left wing out to the middle. Rossi's one-timer just misses. Boldy over to the left side in front. Oh, what a save by Pickard off of Rossi with the left pad. And it's cleared out by Janmark. That was ridiculous. Boldy comes in on the left wing. Gives it to Rossi. Right wing, Zuccarello. It goes to the point. Merrill had it go off his stick. He will keep it in. Left wing corner to Boldy. Oilers up by one here in the third. It's in behind the net. McDavid on the right wing to Hyman. Hyman to center ice. Over the center ice line, he'll shoot it in with 8:51 to go in the third. Edmonton up by one. Zuccarello off the left wing boards, and it gets to Eriksson Ek. He'll come in, a shot, and a glove save made by Pickard with 8:41 to go here in the third. Oilers have a 4-3 lead on the Wild. We'll be right back from the XL Energy Center here in St. Paul. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
For years now, we've been warning Edmontonians on the hazards of our stormwater facilities. While they may appear to look like still ponds, there is moving water beneath the surface, which makes the ice dangerously... The unpredictability of stormwater facilities makes them treacherously unsafe for all winter activities, even walking. So think twice. Don't go on the ice. A safety message from EPCOR.
Real Canadian Superstore has more ways to save than any other major grocer. Check out their weekly flyer for PC Optimum offers, deals on club size, no name, and always low-priced everyday items. Visit in-store to find everything from fashion and home decor to toys and electronics. And don't forget their new Fresh Promise on produce. If your produce isn't fresh, they'll replace it and refund it. There are so many ways to save at Real Canadian Superstore. See their flyer for details.
When it comes to your new home, nothing should stop you from getting exactly what you want. Coventry Homes puts your needs front and center. They won't deke past your questions about customization, and making changes won't get you sent to the penalty box. With their customizable designs and flexible options, your game-changing home is within reach. Score big with flexibility. By Coventry Homes, the official builder of the Edmonton Oilers.
All games, all season. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
Cam Moon and Bob Stauffer, we are here in the Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. Legacy Heating and Cooling, home and home payments, no interest for 1 year. 4-3, Oilers lead, 8:41 to go in the third period.
Ryan Hartman maybe got away with a slew foot on Leon Draisaitl. I mean, I thought it was pretty obvious.
Face off in the Oilers zone to the right of Calvin Pickard, who has been sensational. And it goes to Hartman. He couldn't get a shot through. Out with it. Henrique to center. His pass for Nurse skipped over his stick. It's icing against the Oilers.
Don't call for he tried to negotiate contact on the pass. Darnell called for it.
Vasily Podkolzin, the go-ahead goal. Sixth of the year from 128 into the third. Face off to the right of Pickard. Chisholm on the left wing point to the middle of Hartman. Will shoot it. Blockered away by Pickard. Puck gets back to Hartman in the middle. Into the left wing corner for Eriksson Ek. Give it to Chisholm. We got taken out by Nurse, and Brown to center ice for Edmonton. To Draisaitl to Brown. In over the line. Across to Henrique. The shot. And it's steered up and out of play by Gustafsson.
It's all right, though.
Oh, yeah. Nothing wrong with that. A face-off in that wild zone with 8:12 to go here in the third period. Oilers in Colorado tomorrow. Vancouver on Saturday. Back at home on the 21st. Washington in town for a Tuesday night game. Face off to the right of Gustafsson. David wins the draw. Perry to the middle. The shot. Gustafsson the save. And the puck goes to the left wing. Boldy will get it out. Right wing to Rossi. Into the Oilers zone. Stops up on the right. To Zuccarello, right wing corner. Fed it in front, goes to the left wing. Rossi to the point, to Middleton. Now on the right for Merrill. Top of the circle to Boldy. Has to come up to the blue line. Left wing to Rossi. To Merrill on the left side. And behind the net to Rossi. Slides to the right. Gives it to Zuccarello. To the right wing point for Boldy. Over to Middleton. Down the left wing for Rossi. Rossi to Middleton. Forced up to the top of the circle. Middleton's going to keep that in. Ekholm, rimming. Wow. Rossi kept it in the middle of the Boldy, and the save by Pickard. Puck to the blue line, and out with it McDavid. 2-on-1 with Hyman. And over the line, McDavid waiting. Scores! Short side, roofed it. And Connor McDavid gives the Oilers a 5-3 lead.
Well, Pickard's helped steal this one to this point for Edmonton. This game isn't over yet, but he's made about 5 10-bell saves here in the second and third period. And McDavid almost double-clutched that. He did, and he elevated it. Wow. What a goal.
Unreal.
It's pretty good.
Now McDavid moves into sole spot of second all-time Oiler points. So he's got 2 goals and an assist. Here tonight, 19th of the year by McDavid. Wow, was that some play on the 2-on-1. Up the right wing, Husnedinov into the Oiler end. Goes to the right wing corner. Left wing to Goodrow. Pass in front of the net. And it goes off the stick of Pickard. Puck goes to Good on the right wing in the Oilers zone. Goodrow in front of the goal. Just off of Trennan. It goes wide. Kept in. Puck goes to the point. Kusnedinov a shot. Stopped by Pickard. Redirected in front of the net. A right wing. It's Arvidsson. Trying to get it out. Can't. Trennan's going to keep it in for the Wild. Emberson played it around the right wing boards. Arvidsson scooped it off the glass and out. 6:23 to go in the third. 5-3 Oilers lead.
Unassisted goal from McDavid, by the way.
Okay. Dermott will shoot it cross corner into the Oilers zone. Foligno recovers it right corner. Back to the point. Jiricek knocked down by Janmark. Puck comes to the line and out. Chisholm with it in the neutral zone. Pass went off a skate, goes right to Kapanen into the Oilers. Down the left wing, looking for Janmark into the left wing corner of Minnesota's zone. Up against the boards. It's the puck to Kapanen. Went off his stick, though. And Eriksson Ek will go back into his own end. Into the middle of the ice to Bogosian. Left wing for Chisholm. And he'll dump it in. It goes in behind the Edmonton goal. Josh Brown, right wing. To Noah Philp. Philp trying to come up the right side. That doesn't get out. It will go across to Janmark, though. Janmark get to center ice himself. Shoot it in. Oilers will make changes. Puck rims on the right wing. Connor Brown. Played it in behind the net. Bogosian there for the Wild. Forced to the corner by Henrique. Now to Chisholm. Back over to Bogosian. Has it in the right corner of his own end. Long pass to center ice. To Rossi. At center, he'll shoot it in. Hits the corner boards. Ekholm couldn't get it out. It gets to the middle. Rossi just for a moment. And it's Bouchard to flip it out to center ice. It goes to Draisaitl. He'll come in. He'll get it on the left in front of the net. And a save made by Gustafsson after a redirection by Connor Brown. We're going to take a break with 4:51 to go in the third. The Oilers have a 2-goal lead. They're up 5-3 here on the Wild from the XL Energy Center in St. Paul. Ford dealers, NHL hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Looking for custom flags, banners, or canopy tents? Aurora Flags and Banners has a dedicated team to provide you with custom solutions and quality products. Aurora Flags has proudly serviced Canadian businesses and organizations for more than 30 years. Get a quote today at auroraflags.com. Hockey season is back. And so are the deals at Boston Pizza. Cheer on your team while ordering off their game day menu, or come in and see what great promotions they have going on. At Boston Pizza, they always have something craveable for you to enjoy. Boston Pizza, proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers. Cheers to a great hockey season.
Over the last decade, the world of work has changed dramatically. It's a change that can cause a disconnect between a company and its employees. But a partnership with Aon can help by making decisions that create a more flexible, engaged, and resilient workforce. Aon's experience and expertise, global understanding, and advanced analytics ensure that every client is better informed and better advised so that they can make better decisions. Whatever the next decade brings, Aon is in the business of better decisions.
Looking for custom flags, banners, or canopy tents? Aurora Flags and Banners has a dedicated team to provide you with custom solutions and quality products. Aurora Flags has proudly serviced Canadian businesses and organizations for more than 30 years. Get a quote today at auroraflags.com.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app. This is the Oilers Radio Network.
Here at the XL Energy Center in St. Paul, Minnesota, the Edmonton Oilers with a 5-3 lead on the Wild. 4:51 to go in the third period. Oilers have goals from Vasily Podkolzin and Connor McDavid here in the third period. McDavid's got 2 goals and an assist. And those 3 points puts him past Jari Kurri for second all-time in total Oiler points. Goes in behind the net. Wayne Gretzky at 1669. He's first, of course. Puck back to the line. Here's Bouchard, and he whistles it over the net. Goes off the glass. That goes out of play. Another face-off in the Minnesota zone.
So he's up to what now? 1,045. How many?
He's got 3 points, so 1,044. face-off will be to the left of Gustafson, as he was 1,041 coming into this one, was Connor McDavid. Goes to the right wing corner. McDavid to the line. Bouchard shot. Kicked out by Gustafson. Puck to the middle. Zuccarello with a breakaway pass to Boldy. Missed him with it. And Ekholm up to center ice to Corey Perry. Off the boards and in. After it, McDavid. He'll center that. Hits a wild stick and it comes out. T.S. Ekholm inside his own end for the Oilers. Through the middle to McDavid. Bumps it right back to Bouchard. Now on the right wing to Arvidsson. He'll rip the puck into the wild zone. Pass by Zuccarello. Misses Rossi. It goes down for icing with 3:55 to go here in the third period. And the Oilers up 5-3 on Minnesota.
So what is Wayne for the Edmonton operation? Tops the charts.
For the Oilers?
Yeah, all time.
1669. According to NHL records. Which is pretty good. On left wing, Chisholm up the left side for Minnesota. To Boldy, just got it to the Edmonton blue line. Podkolzin through the middle, off the skate of Arvidsson. It goes back to Podkolzin. He'll flip it in. Arvidsson tags up. Goes in behind the wild net. Middleton on the right wing to Bogosian. Bogosian over to Middleton. Gets to center ice. Played it in on the backhand. It goes off the corner boards. Ty Emberson behind the Edmonton net. Bringing it up the left wing to the line where Bogosian will keep it in. Goes off the shin pad of Kulak and Arvidsson. Comes up the right wing. Into the wild zone. Stops top of the circle. Off the right wing boards down low to Nugent Hopkins. On the right wing for Podkolzin to the blue line. Josh Brown to Nugent Hopkins to Brown. He'll shoot it. And that goes off the stick of the netminder Gustafson. The puck in the left wing corner. 2:54 to go in the third. 5-3 Oilers lead. Bogosian left corner for the Wild. Now to Foligno. To center ice. Lost it at the Edmonton blue line. Adam Henrique through the middle will get it out. Zuccarello at his own blue line over to Chisholm. Chisholm in his own zone to Zuccarello. Pass to the middle of the ice, right at center. Declan Chisholm gets puck in left wing to Rossi towards the Oiler net. Now there goes Gustafson to the bench for the extra attacker. It's in behind the Edmonton goal. Rossi left wing corner to the blue line. Chisholm across on the right. Zuccarello shot high and wide. Rossi will try to keep it in. He can't. It's cleared out by Henrique. 2:10 to go in the third. 5-3 Oilers lead. Minnesota net empty. Puck dumped into the Oilers zone. Along the left wing boards, Eriksson Ek. Around to the right wing point. Boldy to the right corner. Zuccarello put it right through the slot. Goes to the left point. Chisholm down the left wing. For Hartman. Missed Zuccarello with it behind the goal. Boldy goes to the right wing corner. Boldy along the boards. Connor Brown for Edmonton got it free. Josh Brown trying to get it out. Hartman can keep it in. Give it to Boldy. Back to the point. Zuccarello misplayed it. It comes out of the zone. Oilers can make a change with 1.5 minutes to go here in the third. Oilers up 5-3. Chisholm out of his end. Drops the puck back. Zuccarello with it now. Zuccarello get to center ice. So he'll shoot it in off the end glass. Ekholm wraps it on the right. It'll go down. It'll be icing. 1:11 to go here in the third period. The Oilers are up 5-3 on the Minnesota Wild. Your timeout here called by Minnesota. Rest their guys that were just out there for the last minute and change.
Minnesota's called their 30-second timeout. Minnesota.
6-on-5. Oilers were down 2-0 in this game. Battle back to tie it at 2 after 1. Wild go up 3-2 in the second. Oilers tie it in the second. And then get a couple of goals here in the third. Connor McDavid's got 2. Podkolzin, Nugent Hopkins, and Hyman also scoring for Edmonton. It's been Boldy, Rossi, Hartman scoring for Minnesota. Shots are 36-32 for Edmonton, but I can tell you this, Calvin Pickard has been outstanding in this game for the Oilers. Wild have had some good zone time and some great opportunities. And Pickard has been very sharp. Face off to the right of Pickard. Minnesota net is empty. Puck goes to the left wing point. Chisholm off the left wing boards to Zuccarello, and the Oilers can't get it out. Zuccarello got it in behind the net. Who shot it around, goes to Boldy. We're into the last minute here in the third. Boldy on the left wing point to Zuccarello. To Boldy. Brings it across the blue line, off the right wing boards. Gave it to Rossi. Out of the point for Chisholm. Will shoot it off the stick of McDavid. It goes out of play. 45 seconds to go in the third period.
Declan Chisholm got away with a tackle. Connor McDavid's like right on Zach Hyman. Like he just literally picked him up and dumped him on his you-know-what.
Face off to the left of Pickard. Oilers up by a couple. 45 seconds to go. It's into some skates. Now goes to the right. The shot off the right side by Boldy is blocked. Boldy gets it back to the left wing point. Zuccarello shot off the end boards. Boldy tried a shot. That's blocked by Nurse. It's underneath him, and we get the whistle. Went off the back boards, and the one-time shot, Nurse just slid in front of it. .29 seconds to go in this third period. Nurse with the skate save, and then it goes underneath him. Face off to the left of Pickard. Draisaitl, McDavid, and Arvidsson out there for Edmonton with Nurse and Kulak. Puck goes to the corner. Boldy on the right. He'll put it in front of the net off the pad of Pickard. It's blasted down the ice just wide of the empty net.
Well, Arvidsson, you're up by 2 goals.
He took a shot.
But if he just feathers that out of the neutral ice area, David skates right into it.
21 seconds left. Oilers up 5-3. Race off to the right of Pickard. Gets between the Wild defense, and it comes out. Boldy at his own blue line through the middle of Rossi into the Oiler end. It goes right to Pickard. Swept it to the corner. 8 seconds left. Boldy on the left side in the corner in front of the goal. That's broken up by McDavid. He'll give it to Draisaitl. Draisaitl, his pass to Arvidsson. It doesn't matter. The game's over. The Edmonton Oilers win it 5-3 over the Minnesota Wild. The Oilers have won 3 straight and pick up their 28th win of the year.
Oh, this was a nasty, edgy game with a lot of missed calls, and the Oilers are now 7-1, Cam, in their last 8 games, as you know, and separated in the third period with a smart play by Podkolzin to get the game winner, and then McDavid with a brilliant individual effort to really seal this one for Edmonton tonight. No question about it.
Edmonton Oilers win it 5-3 with the Minnesota Wild. Hard-fought game here tonight for the Oilers. As Connor McDavid with a couple of goals and 1 assist. Calvin Pickard is...
They put the whistles away in this hockey tonight.
Let them play.
You know, no question about it.
All good. Pickard outstanding in net. Oh, he had to make some saves in this game coming across. A lot of side-to-side. Some big stops. Edmonton starts off the 3-game road trip with a victory. A game in which they were down 2-0 at one point, and really had to battle back and did a great job of doing so.
We should mention we've got 4 requests going on downstairs right now. Oh, sorry.
All right.
Hey, Vasily, how you doing?
Oh.
Hi, we good, thank you.
You just wanted to listen to some stellar commentary, didn't you? All right. Look, good things happen when you put pucks in the net, and Darnell helps make that play by driving it. Right now, it's credited to you. Just a thought on the simplifying and getting the eventual game winner.
Yeah, I think it's first of all, it's a tight game, so we need to play a little bit simple, somewhere create something, simple things, and it will work. Like Nagy scores this way, and Darnell as well.
Your goaltender, Calvin Pickard, had to make some huge stops tonight. What can you say about his game?
He was awesome today. So he saved us so many times, and he did a great job.
And McDavid's coming down on the ice in a 2-on-1, and the puck does a little bit of a bounce, and he's just, you ever just shake your head watching what the guy can do?
Oh, yeah, it's, you talk about Davo goal?
Yes, the 5-3.
That's incredible. What's like? That's what I like to see.
Us too.
Yeah, we like it too, Vasily. Hey, thanks for doing this.
Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, there was Vasily Podkolzin downstairs. He had a goal here this evening for the Edmonton Oilers. Now 6 on the season for Podkolzin. Oilers get a 5-3 win over the Minnesota Wild, and they had to battle. The Wild missing their top player in Kaprizov, 3 of their top 4 deep out of the lineup. They battled.
They played hard. They played nasty. The refs put the whistles away. There were, I don't think the call should have been 3-1 in the first period, but there weren't any calls the rest of the way in this game.
No.
Minnesota fans will say, well, McDavid should have been tossed out of the game. And Oilers fans will say, well, what about Hartman back behind the goal, slew-footing Draisaitl? We'll see if there's any supplementary discipline as a result of that. But at the end of the day, the Oilers, they win again. And best record in the National Hockey League since November 23rd. They got a major challenge tomorrow. They got the Colorado Avalanche.
Yeah.
It's a real good team.
Real good team, and it's for the Oilers. There's some travel tonight, the second of a back-to-back. But, Bobby, you'd said it earlier, if the Oilers could get some sustained pressure and then some production from another line. Yeah, not McDavid, Hyman, and Draisaitl, that would be most beneficial. And you get a Ryan Nugent-Hopkins goal, you get a Vasily Podkolzin goal. The Nugent-Hopkins one was the tie-in goal. The Podkolzin goal stands up as the winner. How big is that for the team to get that type of production?
You need it throughout the lineup. It can't just be McDavid, Draisaitl, and Hyman. And tonight it wasn't. And that's how they got, let's face it, that's how they got their third and their fourth goals.
Yeah.
And that swung the game in their favor. So a good win for Edmonton. But again, a very challenging back-to-back. I'm not buying what Colorado did in their lines today at practice. We'll have to wait and see. You might know the guy that's coaching.
I do.
Did you not play with him?
Yeah, we played together in Saskatoon.
Yes. Yeah, so he's a real good coach. He's won the Cup before.
Yeah.
He knows. Should be a heck of a matchup tomorrow.
Looking forward to it. Oilers with a 5-3 win here tonight over the Minnesota Wild. Connor McDavid leading the way with a couple. It was Zach Hyman, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and Vasily Podkolzin also scoring for Edmonton. McDavid had a couple of assists, so 3 points on the night. That puts him ahead of Jari Kurri. He's now second all-time in Oiler points is Connor McDavid, just getting past Kurri now with 1,044 points. Kurri with 1,043. And the Oilers start off the 3-game road trip with a 5-3 victory, and they have won 3 in a row. Now the Oilers 28-13-3 on the season. The Wild dropped 27-14-4. Calvin Pickard outstanding in goal for Edmonton as he made 31 saves. 5-3 the final. Oilers over the Wild. Or Rogers post-game shows coming up next.
Exclusive live interviews, expert analysis, and game highlights. This is the Rogers post-game show. Once again, here's Bob Stauffer on the Oilers Radio Network.
Peels it off the right wing boards down the left side to Podkolzin in front of the net. Scores! Going hard to the net. The puck's in there somewhere, but Darnell Nurse had scooped it in. He landed up in the net.
All right, that's the Century Casino Highlight Zone. All in, all games, all season. Century Casino's 3 great locations. Edmonton, St. Albert, next to the Edmonton International Airport at Century Mall. Welcome to the winner's zone. The Oilers, that is the eventual game winner. Right now, it's credited to Vasily Podkolzin. That line of Nugent-Hopkins and Podkolzin and Arvidsson combined for 2 even-strength goals that swung the game. And the Oilers end up improving to 18-4-1 in their last 23 games, the best record in the NHL since November the 23rd. This is the Rogers postgame show on the Oilers Radio Network.
OilCountry, the Rogers Place experience is coming to Century Casino as they host the ultimate Oilers watch party at the Century Sports Bar and Lounge on Saturday, January 18th. Come cheer on the Oilers as they take on division rivals, the Vancouver Canucks. Be a part of the action for your chance to win incredible Oilers prizes. You won't want to miss this.
Century Casino Edmonton, 13103 Fort Road. Reservations are recommended. Call 780-643-4000 or visit cnty.com for more information.
Hey, Paul Brandt here. As a musician, I'm drawn to the sounds of this great province. Whether it's the wind blowing down the Rockies, the rustling of grass across the prairie, or the sweet sound of a Ford Super Duty, it's all music to my ears. Speaking of Super Duty, with heavy-duty performance that's built for getting the job done right, it's no wonder this truck has Albertans singing its praises. The 2024 Ford Super Duty is available now at your Alberta Ford dealer. Just head on in today and tell them PB sent you.
This is the Rogers postgame show on the Oilers Radio Network.
Ekholm, rimming. Wow. Rossi kept it into the middle of the Boldy, and the save by Pickard. Puck to the blue line, and out with it McDavid. 2-on-1 with Hyman, and over the line, McDavid waiting. Scores! Short side, roofed it.
And that is our Blue Cross, Alberta Blue Cross Travel Insurance goal of the game. Alberta Blue Cross, health, dental, travel. We've got the coverage you need. Visit ab.bluecross.ca. Let's bring aboard our inside the game analyst, Rob Brown. Rob, lots of things going on tonight. This was a nasty game, and not a lot called both ways. There were lots of picks and hooks and slashes across the wrist. They got 3 power plays in the first, scored twice. Edmonton earned 2 of them, in my opinion. But ultimately, the Oilers come up to victory. Your overall assessment?
Well, I think the Minnesota Wild are going to be a little unhappy with the way the reffing was in this game. I mean, they lost Johansson on an elbow from Connor McDavid. That one's an easy call, and they almost got scored on while he was laying on the ice. So the Minnesota Wild was not happy, and I can understand why. This was a game the Oilers should win this game. The Minnesota Wild are missing their 3 best defensemen and their best forward. They got guys that are playing that are the 7th, 8th, and 9th depth defensemen. And as the game moved on, the Oilers would get the big opportunities because of mistakes made by players on the back end. Minnesota was very good up front. That's a team, Minnesota, I don't know if I want to play them in the first round of the playoffs.
No.
When they're healthy. They're a big, strong, physical team that they can skate and they can hit. But the Oilers, what you like about the game in this one is when they went to their big line, when they put Connor, Leon, and McDavid together, another line did step up. That's something we don't see very often. But tonight, Nugent Hopkins with Podkolzin and Arvidsson scored 2 goals, and that's the difference in this hockey game.
Swung the game. Swung the game, Rob.
Mm-hmm.
And we weren't sure that was
100% it did. Yeah, no, they needed that. And there was going to be mismatches, too, because the Minnesota, I mean, their depth defense wasn't there. So when the lines, they could try to match up against Connor and Leon when they're out there together, but then the Nugent Hopkins line or the Henrique line, we're going to get matchups against defensemen that don't normally play in the National Hockey League or haven't played much this year, and they took advantage of it.
All right. Just with McDavid, do you think there'll be any supplementary discipline?
They'll look at it, and the fact that Johansson never came back. I mean, there was intent. He stuck his elbow out on purpose, so they will look at it. I don't know if there'll be a fine or something. That doesn't really matter, but the Minnesota Wild lost one of their players on that hit.
Yeah. Third period, you saw a slew foot behind the goal by Hartman on Draisaitl?
Yeah, it wasn't a slew foot. He kicked his feet out. A slew foot's when you kick him from behind and he goes back on his head. That's dangerous.
He kicked
this was a tripping penalty. It should have been a penalty, yes. He kicked his feet out. And should have been a call on that one as well, yes.
All right. Colorado up next. It's going to be, a way stiffer challenge. They were screwing around with their lines today, but they play McKinnon and Rantanen a lot together. It's not an easy place to play. You're at higher altitude. It's the second of back-to-back. We're not getting in until 3, Rob.
Well, Colorado's good. They're a tough enough match if you're well rested with 3 days off before the game. So it'll be a challenge for the Oilers. You know what's funny about this is there's excitement here in Edmonton about the Oilers moving ahead of LA and catching Vegas. If the playoffs started today, the Vegas Golden Knights will be playing against the Colorado Avalanche in the first round. that is not a matchup you want it when Colorado gets healthy. But Colorado is a very good hockey club. They're one of the few teams in the National Hockey League that when the Oilers go nuclear with Connor, Leon, and McDavid, they can match it with a line that is pretty darn close. And they got Cale Makar. And now they've got goaltending. I think that's the biggest thing that's held them back the last couple of years is they haven't got saves. Blackwood is good. So it'll be a good test for the Oilers, but the way the Oilers are playing right now, even when they don't have their A game, and they didn't at times tonight, they gave up way too many chances. They find ways to win hockey games, and that's what good hockey teams do.
Good stuff. Thanks, Rob.
Sounds good, Bob.
The smart play of the night brought to you by Catelli Smart Pasta with all natural ingredients. It's a smart move for your next meal. Look for the box the next time you shop. Well, he got credit for the goal, but he put the puck to the net, and Darnell Nurse helped make the play with Vasily Podkolzin. And, you know, a situation where the Oilers got a lucky bounce, and that was the difference in the game. This is the Rogers postgame show on the Oilers Radio Network.
Today, you can score at A&W. Enjoy a juicy grass-fed beef mama burger and fries for only $5. Available in-store or on the A&W mobile app at participating locations in OilCountry. This fantastic deal is available all day today at A&W.
Hey, hockey fans! Hard rubber works well on the ice rink, but not so good on frozen roads. Aturo tires are engineered with that in mind. Scientifically designed tread patterns, along with resilient rubber compounds, allow Aturo tires to grip well in the cold of winter, while providing excellent traction and long tread life through year-round conditions. Aturo has the all-weather tire for you. Available at Action Car and Tire, Point S, and tire shops everywhere. Find a dealer near you at atturo.com.
MIC is a leader in medical imaging and the official medical imaging provider to the Edmonton Oilers. Make MIC your choice. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, the game doesn't stop for injury. MIC's sports medicine imaging specialists can help you get back in the game with a timely and expert diagnosis. Go where the pros go. For a location near you, visit mic.ca.
Today, you can score at A&W. Enjoy a juicy grass-fed beef mama burger and fries for only $5. Available in-store or on the A&W mobile app at participating locations in OilCountry. This fantastic deal is available all day today at A&W.
You're tuned in to the Rogers postgame show on the official voice of the Edmonton Oilers, 880 Chad, and on the Oilers Radio Network.
To the Pizza 73 out of town scoreboard. Pizza 73 is the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. Western Hockey League action tonight. And the Edmonton Oil Kings lost 6-3 in Swift Current. They are in Regina on Friday. They were behind 5-0. One of their players ended up getting a major penalty, and it was all downhill from there. They did get 3 goals in just over 2 minutes to make a game of it. But Edmonton Oil Kings lose 6-3 in Swift Current. Meanwhile, Bakersfield Condors are tied at 3, and they are in overtime for the second consecutive game. So they're going to pick up a point against the Colorado Eagles. In that game, James Hamlin has a pair, and Connor Carrick has his 7th of the year. National Hockey League, one other game tonight, and that was the Buffalo Sabres got a hat trick from Ryan McLeod. And they scored a goal despite not getting a shot on goal in the third period, as Brent Burns hacked McLeod as he had an empty net to put the game away. But whatever the case, 4-2 Buffalo over Carolina. Here, the Oilers beat the Minnesota Wild 5-3. This is the Rogers postgame show on the Oilers Radio Network.
Freedom Ford is kicking off the new year with incredible savings. Save up to $16,000 on remaining 2024 models with 0% financing and huge discounts. It's the perfect time to upgrade to a brand new vehicle. Freedom Ford is making room for 2025 models, so these deals won't last long. Visit Freedom Ford today and start the new year in style. Don't miss out. Drive into 2025 with unbeatable savings before it's too late.
Proudly headquartered in Oil Country, Capital Power is delivering reliable and affordable power today while building clean power systems for tomorrow, creating the balanced energy solutions communities across Alberta and North America can depend on. Visit capitalpower.com to learn how they are powering change by changing power. Be part of their energy and join Capital Power as we all cheer on our Edmonton Oilers on their quest to win it all.
The
Let's go to the Molson Cup 3 Stars, brought to you by Molson, the official beer of the Edmonton Oilers, whether it's Canadian, Ultra, Export, or Excellers. Molson with your name on it, you must be of legal drinking age. The third star tonight, Matthew Boldy out the Minnesota Wild. He had a goal and assist in tonight's game. Calvin Pickard made 31 saves. He's tonight's second star. And the first star with 2 goals and an assist is the Edmonton Oilers, Connor McDavid. The Rogers postgame shows heard following each of our NHL broadcasts. The Edmonton Oilers return action. It's a quick turnaround tomorrow night against one of the league's best teams, most talented teams, the Colorado Avalanche. For my play-by, let's say 7:30 Edmonton time, puck drop. For my play-by-play partners this season, Cam Moon, along with Jack Michaels, Rob Brown, Brent Griffiths, Brendan Escott, studio producers Kellen Kennedy, Angie Quinnell, and Eamon Hash from Kellen at the helm today, and our engineer Adam Van Conant here in St. Paul, Minnesota. Bob Stauffer saying so long. The Oilers have won 7 of their last 8. They got the best record in the NHL since November the 23rd.
The Rogers postgame show is heard following each of our NHL broadcasts.